Who did we just get?
Ivy.
Hey,
Mia.
Mia. Hello. Welcome.
Hi.
I'm not sure about Scurry. I haven't heard back from him, but I sent him a couple of messages now, so hopefully,
I just messaged him too. Has it been a week already? It's crazy.
yeah, it's, time flies.
Uh,
Nalo, could you make sure you change to your character?
Of course. Yes.
Mia, you're hopping into roll 20.
yeah.
Alright, so like I said, I'll just give a quick recap of last time. There was an epic battle with the Wyverns where the group took some heavy hits. Luckily, no one was killed, but several times people went down and got pretty beat up. But you all were victorious. You went back to speak with Iron Tide, traded with them a bit. I think you rested the night, and the next day you headed back to Chaur. There were rumors started of a dragon attack imminent on the town, which the group was kind of fighting against, trying to undo, and then Riven kept starting more rumors. But you kind of walked around town a bit. You spoke with who was it? You spoke with the mayor, I believe.
No, we spoke only with the guard captain.
Oh, with the guard captain. Yeah, that's right. You hadn't had a chance to speak with her. The guard captain, I think, told you that he'd probably send for you. And I believe you went to speak to Cithril, but Cithril wasn't there, so you spoke to Neil instead. Is that right?
Yes. Yes, while he was doing push-ups.
That's right. Is that where we ended after that conversation?
Yeah, we kind of ended it at the very end of it, and we hadn't decided what we were doing.
Okay. So, let me get you back to the map. Oh, never mind. You're on the map. So it is the 14th of autumn, about 10 a.m. in the morning. So you've been back in town for a couple of hours now. What does the group want to do? You've just finished speaking with Neil, three of you.
Well,
and
I'm gonna say it's just me, Scurry, and Nalo, isn't it? With Neil.
Yeah. Yeah. So you just finished speaking with him, and I believe Mia is back with the what was it, with the bears at the stable, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
And that's where
Yeah.
we're going right now.
all right. So I'll say you head back there. You all meet up at the stable, and it's probably about 10:30 at this point because that was after the discussion. So what does the group want to do?
So Neil said to meet up tomorrow to meet with Cithril. So we have an entire day to burn or do something else.
Yeah.
So-
He said that she wanted to meet with you, but was not expecting the group to be in town, so she is off doing other things.
So here's the question, because we found out there that Slaver dude was lying through his teeth. Do we want to go and talk to Blackwater about the thing and see who we want to get all the details before we pick a side?
Wait, who said Slaver Dude was lying?
Neil had kind of
Oh.
like said when he'd gone into it, he'd said that the Slaver dude had tried to, if I remember correctly, he tried to like trick them, or he tried to break the deal, which is why he'd stopped doing the thing. He hadn't held up his end of the deal, basically, if I remember correctly.
That's what he heard from Blackwater. So we don't really know. It's not like his account. It's him repeating Blackwater's account. So
exactly, there was conflicting information on both sides, so the group doesn't fully know what's going on right now.
But I do know that Scurry does not trust Blackwater, neither do I. So I don't really want to talk with him. I feel like he's full of lies.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't matter because if Blackwater is the one who got them here, where they shouldn't be. So
he's also got the rating.
Yeah, that's one thing both factions agree on, that Blackwater was the one who hired everyone. Though originally he did not hire them to attack Chaur.
Doesn't matter to me.
And welcome, Scurry.
Yep, I continue to get the time wrong,
No worries.
but I'm here.
So, yeah, the group basically just kind of went back to the inn to have everyone meet up, and they were kind of discussing what to do next at this point. So, you're all standing at the stables with Mia, who was playing with the bears and kind of taking care of them. And yeah, we were kind of discussing what our next move was.
Well, what's the name of the assassin that came with us? That
Ayara.
left from the IR.
She
We could.
currently you're not sure where she is because she didn't come into town with you, but she said she'd find you in the evening.
Interesting.
Oh, she's bloody late.
I do agree. We should at least give him the chance to explain himself.
What are you going to say? Hey, we know you made a deal with the or with whoever they are. I can't remember if they're hobgoblins or what. You made a deal with the slave. Yeah, you made a deal with them, brought them here, and then they kidnapped the people. Like, I don't see him turning around and saying, "Oh yes, entirely." You know, if he's done it, he's going to lie through his teeth about it.
I assume he
Also-
would just deny it. What's her name says? Is a queen.
It's a coin, yeah. Also, if we go talk to him about it, we might end up spoiling any secret plans that Cithril has.
And we also tip our hand that we know he made the deal, so that if we try and outmaneuver him, he can have a backup plan for if we tell anyone.
Well, I would vote.
I agree it's not a strategic move, but I also feel bad about just robbing him without giving him any chance in the matter.
Well, how about this? He has not met me or Mia, so we go as nobles from somewhere else and try and make a deal and see if we can find out about the ring.
You're already plastered all over the city as the party members of the Heroes of Chaur who are saying there's dragons coming, lad.
Yes, fair enough.
Yeah.
Good point.
Does anyone have a perception of 15 or over?
Yes.
So as you're talking, you hear some movement in one of the nearby stables that sounds like a footstep.
Would that not be normal?
It
Footstep?
didn't sound like an animal, and you thought you were in here alone talking about this.
Okay, I go outside and see who's there.
Oh, it was in one of the stables. So you think there
Okay.
might be someone in here with you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go look.
Alright, so you walk over, and as you open the stable, there is what looks like a stable boy there who kind of jumps and steps back and says, "Oh, sorry, sir. I was cleaning and I heard you all having a discussion, and I didn't want to be rude. So I was just waiting here for you to finish."
Yeah, listening quietly is certainly not rude at all. How much did you hear?
Oh, I didn't hear anything. I wasn't trying to
Don't lie
listen.
to me.
Give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation. Oh, great.
Alright, so he kind of cowers a bit and says, I heard what you said. I'm sorry. I didn't want to be rude. I was in here already when you all started talking. I can leave though. I'll just get out of your hair." And he just kind of goes to walk past you and leave.
Hold on a second, buddy. What's your name?
My name is Dennis.
Dennis. So you work in these stables?
Yes, I work for what's his name?
The shopkeeper, or the
halfling.
guy. I know who you're talking. Oh,
Dennis who? What's your last name, lad?
Sorry, I just want to get my info up here for Chaur. I work for, how did his name go? Oh, Vernie. I work for Vernie Hoppleto, the innkeeper. My last name is Charon, Dennis Charon. You can ask him.
Okay, sounds good. So, as a stable boy, you're taking care of our bears, if I understand correctly.
Oh, well, I was told by Mr. Shock. I was told by Shock that I wasn't supposed to go near them and that you all were taking care of them. I just take care of the horses and some of the other less dangerous animals that are in here.
I see, I see.
Pork and bean aren't dangerous. You're fluffy.
And they growl. He says,
All right, lad. How about this? You didn't hear anything, and this is to keep you quiet. All right? And I hand him 2 gold pieces.
well, yeah, yes, of course, I will not. I mean, I didn't hear anything. Yes, and even if I did, I
Now,
would never say anything. Thank you.
if anybody does find out about this through you, we'll
Wait,
have
And pork
a
and beans will
much,
have dinner.
a much less pleasant chat. I
And
don't
also,
like to
Dennis,
threaten people, especially kids, but just do yourself a favor and don't talk about it, alright?
He kind of gulps
Uh,
and nods.
Dennis, be sure to exchange those gold pieces to copper. We don't want people wondering where you just happen to get.
Yeah, I can do that. Yes, of course. Give me up to 2 intimidation checks from the people who've been talking. Any 2 of you who've been talking, make rolls.
I'm not trying to intimidate. I'm just trying to seem friendly.
I guess you can use persuasion then, or intimidation. All right, so Riven, yeah, seems
That's perception,
pretty.
babe.
It's fine.
Oh.
So he seems pretty intimidated, and he just nods and kind of runs off towards the marketplace. Zaquine
You
says.
should have just killed him.
Zaquine looks at Riven and says, "I'm just gonna kill a stable boy. What's wrong with you, psycho?
Why? He's a stable boy. No one would know.
What kind of
Say the bears
fairy?
help him.
You are.
I gotta say, you're not playing
Yeah.
Zach like she is.
That's true. Zach has had a bit of a character arc from this quest, so she's well, actually, she does seem to care about
Younger,
children,
younger
yeah, like
people.
younger people, because she has that one friend. But anyway, she would say, "You're pretty murderous for a fairy, Mr. Riven. Maybe we should go speak somewhere more private."
That would be best, I think.
I think the innkeeper is renting out rooms at the bar. If we want to grab one of those, maybe.
Didn't we rent out the room, or was that just for a little bit?
No, that was yesterday, I believe.
Zach
Might have to do it again.
Sitting in a tree. K-I-S-S-I-N-G.
Yeah, I think that was the day before. Have you been here 2 days?
Well, this is the morning of the second day, I believe. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, that would be her suggestion. Maybe we should go rent out a place and have a discussion.
Or
in
wait,
private.
is it 10 a.m. or 10 p.m.?
It is 10 a.m. 10:30 right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Well, that assassin was useless. She never came and found us.
I keep thinking it's the same day. Are you sure you've been here a day?
Yeah, because we crept over to theirs at the night. Because we went to where we spoke to Neil, and it was meant to be her during the night.
What was that at night? So it's
That
not
was
10
at
a.m.
No. We got here very early. We're still on the same day, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought
Oh,
too.
okay.
Yeah, you.
Okay, no, then we haven't slept the night then.
Yeah, because you got in, you went to the
We
barracks,
still got the room, yeah.
then you went to the inn, and that's where Neil, I think, met up with you. So I think it's still the morning of the same day. Yeah.
We
Yeah,
did go
no,
talk to the Bloodhound, but after that we went back to the inn and we never slept or anything. Still morning.
Yeah, so if you had rented that room, it is still available. You just have to go use
Right,
it.
let's get that.
All
All
right,
right, let's go use it.
so you
Enough
go
poisoning the DM.
Yeah. So you go inside, you see Shock is there. He kind of gives you a nod, and him and Melody are sitting at a table having some breakfast. You go into your private room, and Shock is actually going to try to join you along with Melody if you let him in. Or are you going to try to stop him? He'd like get up and...
Fluffy.
Shock is not very fluffy, but he has been a fairly trustworthy friend.
He owns the booze, Mia. Let him in.
All right, that's fine then.
So he comes in with you along with Melody, and they sit down. So Zaquine says, "Good to see you, Shock. We were just speaking of what our plans were." And he says, "Ah, I was curious about that myself. What is the plans of the heroes of Chaur? Or what are the plans?"
Like I
Well,
said, I would really like to give Blackwater at least the chance to explain himself and do the right thing, give up the ring of his own volition. Even though it's unlikely, he should get the chance.
So,
But
what
how
is
do
it
we
you
do
want?
that without spoiling any other plans we might have?
Right, well, there's simply no way he's going to give up the ring.
Hey, why would he
But-
give up the ring?
To ease Tal's conscience, I can see why we'd give him the opportunity, even if we know for a fact he won't.
I say go and see and talk to him, and if we're very lucky, we might be able to see if he's got the ring on him, and
But
then
no
we know where to
charms.
steal it from.
If we do it, we have to do it right.
So I will say, Shock says, I don't know if any of you have been to his manor, but he is completely surrounded by mercenaries right now. It would be extremely hard to steal anything from him or attack him. In fact, it would probably be suicide. In addition, the town is very much friendly towards Blackwater, and if it was reported that you attacked him, well, that wouldn't look very good.
Do we
How
have
is
any
it-
kind of like behavioral patterns? Where does he go? What's his daily routine like outside of his mansion or anything like that?
Well, I can't say I'm an expert, Chalk says, but from what I've heard, he's very much a hermit and mostly stays inside. Although he does go to some of the town meetings that the mayor has on occasion. But that's once every couple of weeks or maybe even once a month. It's not very often. Then again, I don't have much info, so this is just from casually knowing him and working for him for a while.
He still doesn't know whether we have the dagger or not, so we could make him come to us.
Also, what's the chance that we might be able to explain everything to the mayor and have him arrested instead?
Well,
That would be. Or go ahead.
I doubt the mayor has the power to arrest him.
Well, in addition, he funds a lot of the town's projects with his own money, so it's going to be a hard sell to the mayor to turn against him. The mayor right now seems to be very much against the Blood Hand, so that would be an easier sell for her.
What about the turning the townspeople against him by saying that he was the one who brought the slavers here and got all your loved ones taken and were going to be shipped off as slaves to somewhere else just so he could become more rich and powerful? Would that work?
Well,
Because if the whole town turns against him, he's not really going to stick around.
Well, the Melody says the townsfolk are fairly. I don't want to say they love him, but they do know him well for his contributions to the town. So if you all started saying, claiming these rumors against him, it might turn into a lessening of both your reputations. But it's hard to say exactly what would happen.
Does he have a favorite servant or a mistress that he's fond of? Let's say.
They both kind
Any
of
children?
no children, as far as I know.
Pets.
You actually, if you're looking for information on him, as much as I hate to say it, the Blood Hand might be a good resource. They
Yeah,
tend
we're
to-
meeting with Sethra later today anyway. As soon as she's back from whatever, I think the right-hand guy will come and find us. We're having that talk regardless.
I can
Huh.
pretend to be a new mistress. Then when he's sleeping, I'll just take the ring.
Yeah, I
I would
love
make
you.
that sacrifice for you guys.
I doubt that's how that will work,
I
but I
love you
appreciate
greatly.
the input.
Mia, you're a lot of things, but I don't think you're a nobleman's first choice of a mistress. Maybe a war
What? You
chief.
don't think I can get jiggy with it? I can get jiggy with it.
No, I think you can get jiggy with it. I just don't think he's going to pick you out of a crowd for that.
I mean, she does stand out of a crowd. I gotta give her that.
Yes, but she stands out of a crowd in the way of I'm going to punch you in the face. I'm going to punch you in the face if you touch me, not in the way of please. I really want to sleep with
You
you.
don't know if Blackwater's into that.
That's true. Don't
Lot
king
of
shame
points.
Blackwater.
Maybe he likes somebody a little bit more aggressive.
A bit more chunky.
Yeah, chunky.
Shock thinks and says, I'm not sure what his tastes are in that manner. But even if he did bring you into the house, as I said, there are a lot of mercenaries in there, so getting out would be the problem if you robbed him.
Have you seen me? I'm ginormous. I'll just sit on them.
What's the layout of his house? Like, is it like typical mansion style, or is it like big fortressy?
Well, he had a wall commissioned, a stone wall be built around his main manor, which is about 10 feet high, and he has several groups of mercenaries under his employ right now. I believe last time I was there, they had 2 at the gate and 3 patrolling the sides and back, keeping an eye out. He does seem to be very on guard, probably because of what you all said, the Iron Tide stuff.
Is any
alright.
of the Karen?
Well, what it comes down to is 1, do we care about our reputation in this town? 2, are we okay with murder? 3, are we okay with the potential backlash of murdering a noble?
So Shock seems a little bit uncomfortable when you say these things, you would notice, and Melody as well. But they don't
I'd
say
say the
anything.
Well, murder is going to be a last resort. We should avoid that at all costs, for our own sake, and for the town's sake.
I think we should worry about the reputation because whatever the reputations get, what we do here will follow us everywhere. So the reputation is something we should worry about. Killing him, I don't think any of us have an issue if we think we can do it and get away with it, but if he's got loads of mercenaries, it's going to be tougher than we think. And in fairness, all he needs to do is escape while they keep us busy, and we've lost any chance of meeting him to find out where the ring is.
So what
if
we're
he
talking
carries-
about here is luring him into some kind of ambush, knocking them out, making sure they don't notice who we are, and taking the ring then.
I think the first thing we should do is get info on ways that either we can get more information or find out where the ring is, or just come up with a plan to do that. That's what we need to do, because if we have more information on what we can do with him, we can then come up with a plan, because it might turn out he's got a mistress he goes to every night, in which case it's easy to knock him out.
Well,
Might
I
turn
want to
out
be a
he's got
voice of caution. I think if we need information, we could just go to the Bloodhand. If we're going to act
what I'm
beforehand
saying.
without them,
We're
we
going
might.
there regardless, right? Like, we're gonna get more information from the Bloodhound.
So-
I'm just saying, from what we want out of the situation, the most, like, probable thing to me seems planning some kind of ambush, luring him in, knocking him out, as well as whatever entourage he might have with him,
Yes,
and
that
then
would be a
getting out of
perfect-
there.
That would be the
But
perfect.
there is a
situation.
very realistic chance that those mercenaries or Blackwater will notice who we are. In which case, we need to grab the ring and fucking book it, and then go with the Iron Tide to grab the treasure and whatever, and then we can come back. But at that point, we've made an enemy of Blackwater.
Well, if we're working with the Bloodhand, we could make an agreement where they will essentially shelter us or basically take upon the blame of the incident so that Blackwater thinks it's the Bloodhands doing it, not ours specifically. So that
Too
we
much
are not.
talking.
Don't think
Not
they'll
enough
be willing
fighting.
to take that kind of heat
And then I'm
Well,
just gonna punch Nala
as
in the
bad for
face.
business.
Punch me in the face.
Are you actually punching him, or?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna deck him. You guys are
Well,
talking too much. We're not doing enough.
All right. So
can
you're.
I try to dodge?
Yeah. So go ahead and give me an unarmed attack roll, and everyone kind of stands up. Whoa! What the?
How do I roll an unarmed attack roll?
It's just a d20 plus your strength plus your proficiency.
Oh, and would it just go against my armor class?
Yeah, it would just be an attack.
Okay.
All right. What is your AC?
14.
All right. So I think that's 7, 8, 9. What's your strength? It's probably not enough. All right. So she says those
Probably
things.
exactly enough.
Is
My
it?
strength is 18 and my proficiency is 3.
14. Oh yeah, that would be just enough. All right. So Mia sort of says, "Oh, too much talking." Turns around, and just decks poor Nalo right in the face. So you would deal 1 plus 4, 5 points of damage if you were attacking for real, or are you just doing like a playful
Let's
hit?
go.
I'm full on frustrated just decking someone because we're
All right.
talking too much and not hitting enough people.
So Nalo, you take 5 points of damage. Shock and Melody kind of stand up like, "Whoa, what's going on?"
Calm down, Mia. Fuck's sake.
Fucking A. Alright, guys, I'm out for now. I'm just gonna storm out of the room.
No, stay. She leaves. If she comes.
No, I'm gonna take a break. I'll go be with the bears.
So Shock is actually going to come with you to kind of make sure you're okay. He takes a look at your nose. Melody's going to come too. So the three of them leave. What do the four of you want to do? And I'll switch over to you in a sec, Nala.
Let's hit
All right.
people.
Calm down. Let's talk to the Blood Hint. They might have a way of getting us a magical or otherwise disguise that might let us, not be identified if we do decide to ambush Blackwater and help with setting up the ambush.
Didn't Blackwater ask you to go and get something from the caves?
The dagger from the leader of the Iron Tide, yes.
Right. So he knows you're back, so he's going to want to speak to you anyway because he's going to think you have the dagger. Right?
Or in the process of getting it, yeah.
So he's going to come and find us anyway. So all we kind of have to do is not tell him we don't have the dagger, and then kind of just say like we'll meet up together, him with the ring, us with the dagger, but then surprise him then, because he's not going to
bring the ring.
because we're going because to prove that we've got the dagger, we're going to make him bring the ring to prove he's got the ring, and he's not going to know it's us because the fact is, why would we jump him if we've arranged to meet him already? So then we just pass it off onto them.
It would also
iron-
tip our hand a bit because he doesn't realize how much we know about the set of three.
Yeah, but he hired you to get the dagger anyway, so you're going to have the dagger.
We're not gonna get the dagger from fucking Orcard either.
No, but he thinks we have the dagger. So that's all I'm saying. You just play on the fact that he thinks you've got the dagger. Tell him to meet when he comes and speaks to you, because he'll want the dagger for the treasure. Then you turn around and say to him, "We've got it, but we're not going to show it you till you prove to us you've got the ring." So we arrange a time to meet up, and then we jump him then.
So I'm going to switch camera for a second. Nalo, you go outside with Shock and Melody. Shock's kind of looking over your nose, and it's like, "Are you all right, little one?"
No, it's fine. It's fine. I've dealt with worse.
What was that all about?
Yeah, well, you could see how things were getting a little heated. We don't always agree as a party, but, it's what it is. I just want to make sure that things work out in the end for the town and for us.
He nods. So you said you were going out to the stable?
Yeah, would you like to come with me?
Yeah, so he would escort you there, and Melody would actually, once no one's around, kind of take a look, and she begins chanting, and does a heal spell, or, a Cure Light Wounds, healing you for 6. He says, "Is that better?"
Wow. That's amazing. I feel great.
She says, "Good." and you guys did pay for her heal shop, right? That was the other thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
Okay, good.
Melody,
I
are there other proficient healers that you're going to employ at your healing shop?
No, I think I'm the only one in this town. That's one of the reasons I came here was because I heard some of the suffering due to the siege. I think
Well,
at least magically inclined. I know there's a few people, a few doctors, but not very skilled.
I see. Well, it's good that you've come then. I'm sure the townspeople could use you.
She nods and says, "Actually, if you're feeling okay, Nalo, I think I'm gonna head off and start working on that healing shop now."
Would you like me to join you?
If you like, it's not going to be anything too interesting. I'm not sure if your group is going to need you, but
Uh, we don't need to be anywhere until nightfall, so I'm sure this will be good use of time.
all right. So you kind of are going to join her for getting some things set up for the new shop. So as a group, kind of on the whole, are you passing time till nightfall to try to meet up with Sithril? Is that the plan?
I would like to, probably off camera, go to the alchemist that it was going to teach me alchemy
Oh yeah,
during
sure.
the evening, which he said.
Yeah, you can work on that project. That's fine. So you can say you add a day to that, and you would spend time with him later. Is anyone else doing anything during the day, or can I just pass time?
And there's still no one in this town who can tell me any further information on my baby dragon egg, right?
Uh,
Or
so
would it be? Would I be able to
if you
locate
want,
someone in town?
you can try to gather some information. Generally, you would use persuasion for that.
Mm.
Do you want to try to take some time to ask around in the marketplace about
I mean,
people
my
with,
persuasion's super low, but I'll try it because
or you could ask one of your party members with persuasion to help you. Though I think the one with the highest persuasion you just punched in the face. I think that's Nalo, isn't it?
guess I have to go snuggle now.
Cal has 15 as
Nalo
well.
and me
Or
tied.
maybe
But yeah, you can ask someone to help you with that, like Tal or anyone.
Is Nalo busy? Are you doing anything?
We go to the magician and ask him about how to scribe spell scrolls. What would be required for that?
So you know already that scribing spell scrolls. Do you mean creating new scrolls, or do you mean like scribing them into your book?
No, creating new scrolls.
So creating a scroll takes some. I want to say it's magical ink. I have to look in Tasha's for the magical item crafting method. Let me see. Yeah, it's under downtime activities, scribing. Let's see if I can look that up real quick.
And we don't have to do that now. I can.
Yeah,
I'll.
I'll look into it, but it's gonna take some time and resources most likely. So we can say you might start working on that if that's a project you want to do.
And I also want to ask him if he would be in the market to buy some.
To buy scrolls? No, no one has that kind of money in town. I mean, unless you're selling them super cheap. But it's going to cost way more money to make them. You know that Blackwater is probably the only one in town with the money to buy anything. You might be able to sell things to the government, but still probably not much of a profit, because this town is still pretty poor off in terms of its economy, because there haven't been caravans or any new traders in quite a while.
Okay, I guess then I'm down to help Mia out.
Alright, so you're gonna help Mia. So why don't you and Mia give me persuasion checks? Alright. So asking around, you kind of, or, well, several people tell you that, let's see. Several people tell you that Doru is probably the person to talk to about dragons and nature stuff. The old man who runs the alchemy stall.
You fine going over to find Dormu? You gonna come with me, Tal?
Yeah, sure. I guess we can meet up with Scurry there.
Alright. So yeah, it's probably a little later in the day, because you spent a few hours asking around. When you go over, you find Doru is there, speaking with Scurry a bit. As you approach, he says, "Oh, hello again, Tal. Who is your large friend here?"
I go over there and I pick him up and I give him a hug.
Oh, my
She likes
goodness.
Be careful, she likes to punch things.
So, give me a persuasion check. Mia. Okay. So he kind of laughs a bit as you give him a hug and you put him down. He's like, well, I haven't had that happen to me in quite a while. Well met, young lady.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
I was just speaking a bit with Scurry here. What can I do to help you two?
Well, we have this egg, right? And it's a big egg, and there's a big dragon thing in it. And I want to know when it's going to come out.
Oh, you have a dragon egg. Oh my. Do you know what type of dragon it is?
It's a Warven.
Oh.
The wyvern.
Oh, a wyvern,
Yeah,
yes.
that one.
Yes. Oh, okay. Technically it is a dragon, yes, that wyvern is a type of dragon, though much less powerful and intelligent than a true dragon. But wyvern eggs generally take between 8 months and a year to hatch sometimes. It can vary. Do you know how long the egg... Or do you know how long it's been since the egg was laid?
No, we stole it from its parents after we killed them.
I see. Well, do you have the egg on you? I could take a look at it.
Do you have the bag with the egg in it, or no?
No, Nello has that.
Again, the guy you punched in the face for no reason.
Well,
Alright, I got
if
gotta get
you
now.
if you find or if you bring the egg to me, I can take a look at it and maybe figure out how long it will take to hatch. But I'd be happy to help. And
Alright,
thank
so
you.
I'm just gonna start sprinting out of the store to go get
Cool.
Mallow.
Well, thank you. All right. Goodbye. She seems
I'll be
nice.
right back.
So Scurry continues to speak with Doru as he runs his little stall here. Nalo, you are with Melody, mostly doing the shop stuff. What about Riven? Are you doing anything?
Yeah, I'm going to go and ask the barkeep where Blackwater's mansion, house, whatever it is. Like the
So
location.
the barkeep says just head north, straight shot north. Actually, if you walk across the field and then follow the street there, it'll lead you up to his manor. It's the only house on that street. So stay away from the cursed church, though. Obviously.
Ooh, what's in the cursed church?
Is anyone with you from your party, or is it just you?
Just me.
He says the cursed church is one of the few structures left from the calamity about 100 years ago that destroyed, well, almost destroyed Chaur. Of course, it was rebuilt 50 or so years after. But anyone who goes near the church goes mad or disappears, so I'd avoid it.
Okay, thank you. Right, then I'm going to head off to his mansion.
Alright, so you head towards Blackwater's mansion, which is, as stated, right up north here. When you get close, you see, as Shock had said, there are probably 5 or 6 guards, 2 at the gate and A couple patrolling the walls, keeping an eye out.
So there's an outer wall, and then beyond that is the mansion.
The actual manor, yeah, which is
Okay.
actually fairly large. It looks like it's 3 stories. Which
How close to the manor is that haunted cathedral?
you can see it in the distance. There's kind of a gloom, and you see the remains of a large building surrounded by a bunch of ruined houses and some graveyard, and a graveyard.
And all that farmland to the left, is that like big plants or little, or like just cabbages and stuff?
It's various crops. It looks like it might be part of, at least this northern one might be part of Blackwater's estate. You don't know about the
They're
southern
not
one.
very big. They're not very big.
The crops? You mean like to hide in? Probably not.
Yeah. No. Okay, am I gonna? Right. I'll walk out the northern gate, just
Mhm.
beyond it, and then just like take about 5 minute walk into the trees, and then I'm gonna turn myself invisible and fly off and go and look at the mansion.
So you
In
mean
like cloak
outside the
and
town? You're gonna walk
yeah,
out? Gotcha. All right.
I'm gonna walk like 5 minutes, like very shortly out, then
All
turn
right.
myself invisible and go and have a look.
So you turn invisible, kind of fly up a bit. So you would see there's yeah, you see there's 6 guards total patrolling the outside. There's a couple of second and third story windows. There is something strange on the roof of the manor. Well, give me a perception check. Let's see if you notice all this stuff. No, perception.
Oh, sorry. I just saw P. Oh god. Where is that? Why can I not see anything? There you are.
All right. So yeah, you see there's a couple of second story windows, a couple of third story windows. There does look like it does look like there is a person on the roof. It might be a guard, you're not sure, but they're just kind of sitting up there. And as I said, these 6 guards walking around the manor. That's what you see from afar, kind of not too far,
I'm gonna
but
fly closer.
okay. All right. So you fly. How close are you getting?
Um, so I want to go past the wall, but not. I want to go past the wall that goes all the way around Char, but I don't want to go right over his mansion wall.
So like I don't know, 20 meters,
Yeah,
50 feet.
roughly.
Okay.
Yeah, roughly.
So you fly a little bit closer. You would notice, now that you're a little closer and kind of over the wall a bit, there is an elven woman sitting in the backyard reading a book. Obviously, she doesn't notice you, because you're still pretty far away. But that's the only new thing you notice as you get closer.
I'm gonna get I'm gonna get closer because I'm still invisible, so I'll go closer. Oh god, watch me
Okay.
get shot.
So how close exactly are you getting? Because it
I'm
does
gonna
matter.
like um. I'm gonna fly just past his outside wall where all the guards are on. So I'm just beyond it slightly, but I'm not
What
like
what
massively in.
elevation?
How high is his wall?
The wall's only about 10 feet high. It's not that high.
Maybe 15, maybe about 12, 15, 12, 13 feet. 13 feet.
All right, so you're getting pretty close then.
Yeah.
Give me a stealth check as you're trying to fly
God.
quietly. All right. So as you're flying closer, one of the patrolling guards kind of stops and looks over in your direction, kind of narrows his eyes as if he's squinting. And he's getting closer, kind of looking towards you. Obviously, he doesn't see you yet, though. What do you want to do?
Fly up a little higher. About, if I was at 13 to about 16 feet.
All right. So he gets kind of underneath where you are and yells, "Is someone there?" one of the other guards walks towards him, and he kind of is like, "What's going on?" And he's like, "I thought I heard something." He looks up. He says, "Like flying?" He nods. He takes out his crossbow and kind of aims it up in the air, and he says, "Right up there. I think I hear something. What do you want to do?"
Diagonally fly up about, if I'm at 16, up to about 25 feet in this air.
All right, give me another stealth check. All right. So as you move, he says, "There. Did you hear that?" And he's gonna take a shot at you. Thunk. Luckily, it is a disadvantage, and the bolt goes flying past. The other one draws his crossbow, and he is going to fire at you as well at disadvantage. He yells, "Something's here! I need backup!" Would 10 versus AC hit you?
Yes, because I'm on 10.
If your AC is exactly 10, you are struck by one of the bolts.
Okay, then I'm going to fly this way as fast as I can.
Alright, so you take 6 points of damage. And they definitely see the bolt hit you, and now there's a bunch of yelling. So you're going to try to retreat?
Yeah.
Alright.
I'll kind of like fly off and away.
Alright, so they are going to get a couple more shots at you before you get away. No, that would miss with disadvantage. And no, disadvantage saved you on both of those. Alright, so yeah, you're flying, and there's crossbow bolts whizzing past you as there's a bunch of yells and more guards are showing up. You fly, I assume, back out over the gate, right?
Yeah, and I'll just land and then just drop invisibility and walk back in.
Alright. If I'm going to pass time, if that's okay with everyone. So after a couple of hours of doing your shop stuff and kind of walking around the marketplace, Riven doing his scouting mission, you would be approached. Or sorry, go ahead.
Was I able to get Nalo?
You give me another persuasion check. Okay, so you probably haven't been able to find him yet because he's been with Melody doing her thing. But as the day is passing, I'll say, let me roll for this. Scurry. While you are with Doru, a gentleman approaches you and says, "Good day, friend." You see... Actually, have you met this guy? Let me see. You might have. No, you haven't. Alright, so this guy is pretty tall, stands at about 6'3", and has a bunch of holy symbols on him. Do you have religion?
I don't think so, no. There's no reason we're scared to have that. No, I don't.
Alright, so yeah, he has got a bunch of holy symbols, one on his armor, one hanging around his neck. He has a shield on his back as well as a mace. And he says, "You must be Scurry."
That is correct. Who's asking?
Says, "I'm Father Duval, Gregory Duval at your service. I'm under the employ currently of Galen Blackwater. I assume you know who he is."
I do.
He had heard that you and your group was back in town, and he asked me to come speak with you. He wanted to ask you to come see him as soon as you have a moment. He is very eager to hear about how your trip went.
Interesting. Well, I do know that the rest of my party has a bit of an expedition at the moment in town, just, doing stuff after a long journey, buying some stuff, looking at the marketplace and all that stuff, and we've got something to do tonight, but we could probably stop by first thing tomorrow.
Of course, of course. There's no rush, but I will let him know. Good day to you, sir. And he gives you a polite bow and would head back towards the mansion, which you might hear some yells coming from the mansion at this point. What's going on over there?
Sure do hope that that loot ferry isn't getting in any trouble.
You just assume it's Riven. It's probably Riven.
I mean, who else would it be?
Crossbow flying in the air.
Pew 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 pew. So yeah, that's pretty much all that happens during the day. As it gets closer to evening, I'll say maybe like 5 or so. I'm assuming the group is meeting back up to go check in with Cithril. Was that the plan?
Yeah, the Citro, like the Neil guy, I think he was called, would say that he was gonna say that you sent someone when Citro came back.
Oh, that's right. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, so do you have anyone at the inn right now, or is everyone out doing things?
I would have got back after nearly getting killed.
And that would
So I
be
don't
done
know
after the alchemist thing.
All right. So yeah, we'll say yeah, about 5:30. You were all kind of back at the inn. You would notice that Riven seems a little bit wounded.
What did you do?
I just went to see if I could find out anything on Blackwater.
You found out they had crossbows, did you?
And an elf woman in his courtyard.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, actually,
So
you
it
haven't
wasn't the way-
seen. Well, I guess you saw Cithril, but you haven't seen any other elves in this little town. But as you're having this discussion, you would see Neil approach you, and he says, "Gentlemen, how are you?"
Oh,
Doing
I'll go back
alright,
to
doing alright.
I
better
came.
now. You're
All right, I came personally to let you know that Cithril has returned and is eager to speak with you and your group.
Alright, perfect. I think we'll head over right now. If that's alright.
Says, of
Yeah,
course,
sounds good.
as long as it's before nightfall, as long as it's not too late. But she is eager to speak to you. Yes.
Yeah, we'll do the little invisible thing that my friend here can do, and we'll follow right behind you.
He nods. So you're gonna follow him. Is everyone there at this point?
Yes, is everyone going?
I can't turn everyone invisible.
I'm wherever Melody is. If she came back, then I would be with the group.
Yeah. So she probably finished at this point. She's still setting up her shop, but she did all the things she's gonna do today. So we'll say Nalo's there as well.
Just ask. I'll just ask Neil. Go. Does it matter if we come without being invisible? Like, does it matter if people see us coming or not?
He shrugs. He says,
Can you get us there? Can you get us there without people seeing us, dear?
He says, well, that's up to you, really. But if you want to try to get there quietly, he says, there is a park to the west of that street. If you move along the wall through the park, it's unlikely anyone on the streets will see you, or where you're going, anyway. But,
Fair enough. We'll
Yeah.
go slightly separate then. Follow a couple feet behind you. Turn into the lane. We'll go into the park, and we'll meet you at the place.
He says, well, I wasn't actually headed back there just yet. I have a few things to take care of in the town, but you're welcome to go back and speak with Cithril. I probably will.
Perfect. That's fine then.
Yeah. So he nods and kind of just turns around and leaves the inn.
Bye.
So is the group headed over there right now?
Shall we not take Mia, because she may get annoyed that we're talking and punch something again?
Listen, I had a little fit. I get that. And then I'm gonna pick up Nalo. Like, look, I'm sorry. I hit you. It wasn't
Put me
right.
down. You're drilling on me now. It's okay. Just put me down. It's fine.
All right. And then just pat him on the head. I'm not gonna hit anyone. Promise. Unless you
Please
tell
don't,
me
'cause
I
he's a-
can hit them, I won't hit them. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Just because we're trying to make friends, and hitting people doesn't always make it friends.
The other thing, Zequine is not back yet. You're not sure where she is.
I'll leave a note. I'll scribble out a note and just say, off for a meeting, wait here and we'll meet you back here.
She doesn't like the blowhand anyway.
Yeah.
Probably
Good.
better off this way.
All right. So the group, if everyone is ready, I assume, is heading through town. And you said you're going to try to approach secretly, right? Like, kind of go into the
Yeah.
park area and.
Correct.
Yeah.
All right. So it's getting close to sundown, so it's a little bit dark, which helps the matter a bit. You can all make stealth checks. And I'll take the top 3 because it's very easy to cover for each other.
God. Too bad.
I'll stealth, but I think it's a little silly.
All right. So there's a couple of people around in the park. Luckily, it's kind of dark, so they don't really see you, especially with your stealthing. These are just villagers. They're not very adept at noticing things. But you make your way through the trees and come up into...
Also,
or,
kind
sorry.
of before we reach it, I'm gonna cast enhance ability at 3rd level on Nello and Scurry for charisma.
All right, so in the woods here, you cast a spell.
Yeah.
All right, so you begin concentrating on your spell. You come up to the door, knock, and as usual, the latch kind of slides open, and a face there says, heroes are back. One moment. About 2 minutes pass, and the door opens, and he motions for you all to come in. So you notice that the place seems much quieter this time. There's no one really in the main area except for the guy who answered the door. Towards the back, you see Cithril standing there smiling. She says, welcome back, friends.
Does she look familiar to me from the elf I saw in his courtyard?
No. She has red hair, whereas the elf you saw, what did she have? Cithril looks very distinct as an elf because she has the features of a high elf, but like the hair and eyes of a wood elf, which is not common at all.
Okay.
The one you saw in the courtyard, actually you didn't see her hair because she had her hood up and you were at a distance. Well, actually, no, I guess you would have seen her ears, so she had brown hair. Because that's the only way you'd know she's an elf. But anyway, no, this does not look like the one you saw in the courtyard. So she walks forward, smiling, and says, I've heard good things about your trip. I heard you were able to fight back the Iron Tide. Is that right?
Yeah, we managed to kill a bunch of them, and then we brokered a bit of a peace, if you will. Listened out, heard out Orchard, and we're really just here for your side of the story with, Blackwater hiring them and you, and them coming over here, Blackwater backstabbing them, according to him at least.
So
And all of that
you know
to decide
quite,
where we're going.
you know quite a bit about what's going on then. And I'm surprised Orchard let you get close to him without taking your heads. So, you wish to know my side of the story of the betrayal?
Yeah, because we're looking to cooperate with at least one of the other 3 parties. And, obviously, we've gotten along quite well thus far. And I'd love it if we could work together somehow, but obviously we need all 3 pieces of the treasure, so...
Yes, that is the unfortunate part, gathering the 3. Well, I'll have to disappoint you a bit, as we don't actually know who started the betrayal or who betrayed who. As a third party, we were more brought in to acquire certain items on the black market, one of which being the amulet, which Blackwater was looking for. He said he might have more work for us later, but then there was sort of the misunderstanding between him and Orchard, and for whatever reason, after that, he severed ties with us as well. Both sides say the other one started it, betrayed the other one. I don't know for sure what the catalyst was for all of this. I do know that I'm still looking to be given a share of the treasure, assuming we can somehow unite these three pieces.
Of
What
course.
was out of character? What was our share of the treasure again that we brokered with Orcard?
He was going to give your group half of the treasure, and he was going to take the other half for the Iron Tide, I believe.
Well, at least we have been offered quite a generous cut in order to work together with the Iron Tide, which personally I don't see any reason not to honor, especially since I don't like Blackwater for shit. And obviously, I'm more than open to working with you guys, and I don't see any reason why the Iron Tide wouldn't be willing to split it 3 ways in whatever percentage that might be, and have both us, you guys, and the Iron Tide work together on this. That remains the only question. How do we get the ring from Blackwater?
Is anyone else saying anything?
I'm currently drooling over the pretty redhead. That's it.
The
I'm
shorter,
I'm
pretty
avoiding getting
redheaded
drooled
elf.
on.
So give me a persuasion check.
I will
Scurry.
ask though, did Neil talk to you about it, or did he remain quiet like we asked, since we wanted to talk to you first before he told you anything?
Neil didn't tell me too much. He basically mentioned that you had wanted to speak with me, so he respected your wishes. Why?
Well, we were just wondering because he said that you had a plan. I don't know if you're aware if he told us, but he said you had a plan that we might be able to fit into.
He
That
did,
too.
did he? She seems a little bit annoyed at that. Well, it's true. Yes, there is a possibility of. Well, assuming you are willing to help me, I do have a plan to get Blackwater's ring. But it is not an easy plan and will take some work.
Work is what we do.
I rolled a 15 on a persuasion, by the way.
Yeah. So there is a way of possibly getting into Blackwater's estate. Now, a direct attack would be suicidal for a number of reasons, being that my group is not well loved by the town either. So the guards would definitely come in to assist Blackwater and all of his mercenaries. She pauses for a moment. She says, so are you willing to work with me, with the Blood Hand on this?
I'll look around the party and say I don't see a reason why not. Anyone else care to weigh in?
Who is the elf in his mansion?
Well, Cithril, I will ask one thing though. Did
So, hang on. So, Riven, you say who's the elf in his mansion?
Yeah.
She looks over at you and says, a scholar of sorts. I don't know much about her, only that her name is Lyra. I
What
don't know her
is-
last name. I know she's from the Elven... what's it called? She's from the north, from one of the Elven settlements in the wooded area, but she is supposedly a scholar of some renown.
And she's there willingly, or he's got her there trapped?
I assume she's there willingly. He's hired many mercenaries to help him. I believe she is a wizard of some sort.
Well, that might be a way to get in then.
Look, Revan, if you need a wingman after this is all done, I'd be more than willing to oblige.
No,
But
no,
let's focus
really,
on getting the ring.
No, not her. Unless Neil's offering. No, but if she's an elven wizard and we've got 2 scrolls of magic, then why don't we use that as a way to get into his door? She's going to want to copy down the scrolls into her spellbook. So we use the scrolls to get in.
Cithril says, well, it would be risky to try to bribe one of the mercenaries to get in because there are still many others to deal with.
Not bribing, we're going to offer her to copy it down for us to have an audience with her, and then by getting in, we give her 1.
Before
the
we start looking at different plans. Let's hear it out, shall we?
Sorry.
Well, alright, so my demand, if we're all going to be working together, would be a fair split of the treasure. If there are, obviously there's Orcard and yourselves are two of the shares, I would ask for a third equal share. So we'd be splitting the vault treasure 3 ways for myself and my organization. And
I cannot speak for Orcard, obviously, but I'd be fine with that.
Can I make a request?
certainly.
Sure.
After all said and done, you want to go get a drink with me?
Give me a persuasion check.
Damn it.
No, Arla's sister. Sorry.
You want to get a drink later,
Olive.
pretty lady?
Arla, can I assist her with that?
What would you say?
Oh, God.
What she lacks for in being able to confess how she's feeling, she does make up for more than just good company and a person to have enjoying times with. I've travelled with her for a while and I always enjoy myself, especially when drinking with her. It's always a laugh.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh my
This one.
God.
If
Yes.
getting punched is
So,
your idea of a good time.
She wasn't drunk then. She wasn't drunk then.
Tal gives you disadvantage on the check. So she kind of smiles as you say that. She says, "Whoa, you two, we can all get drinks later. But for now, let's talk business."
No.
Yeah.
She wants you, I'll have Neil. It's fine.
What was I saying? So I can guarantee, if I'm to get a equal split, that I can get you the amulet, the piece that my group possesses. The ring will be much more difficult, as, the whole bloody town is in Blackwater's pocket, and the mayor is definitely not a fan of my group. But we have discovered a possible way in, but it will require several steps. The first of which is that there is an old barrows, a dwarven barrows, under the town, and we believe there is a tunnel that leads to Blackwater's estate. In fact, we think he knows about this tunnel as he dug into it for some reason. The problem is it's currently filled with a bunch of old, seems like skeletons and undead, so we can't easily get our forces through. That's where you all would come in. I need someone to go down there and take care of it.
Alright. So, that looks fine to me. So what we'll say then is, obviously you guys have got the amulet. Orcard's got the dagger. If we acquire the ring, it will be held in our safekeeping. And then we will go to Orcard and split the treasure, and agree to split the treasure 3 different ways.
Are you
And
sure?
that is that.
Are you sure Arkard will agree to this?
I am fairly certain
Man.
he's lost too many of his forces to us to be making or passing this opportunity up. He has agreed to give us 50% should we be able to get the other 2 pieces. So I don't see any reason for him to cut into his own share a little bit more in that way and guarantee it.
Cithril, if you work with us and work with the Iron Tide, you don't need to give up the amulet. You can just hold on to it as part of the parties. That is,
Well, I wasn't planning on just giving it to you. I was saying I would give you
Yes.
access to it for the vault.
of course.
Nalo and Scurry, give me persuasion checks. Okay. So she nods and says, "All right, I'll trust you on this, but just make sure he agrees to this. I do not take kindly to being lied to." And there's almost a tint of threat on her voice as she says that.
Well, I'll do you one better. Obviously, I can't guarantee anything that Orcard might say, but should we do this, I can guarantee it to give you half of our cut, so that would be 25% guaranteed. And should Orkar be pliable to this situation, which I think he will be, we'll all get 33.333%.
She says, well, I'm expecting to get 33% from this deal.
So are we.
Do not disappoint me on this. But that aside, the other thing that might be an issue is the town itself as a whole, which at some point the ruling parties of the town might need to be put down to ensure the success of this endeavor. So just keep that in mind, and it would probably be best if no one knew you were working with us, in case this is what it comes to, and we have to act directly against the city or the town.
Clearly. So what do you propose for these parties being occupied during our endeavors then?
She says, well, I have a plan for that, and we'll cross that bridge later. For now, we just need to handle these tunnels being cleared, so that our people can move in and make an attack, make a tactical attack on Blackwater from below. So that's the first step.
Are the tunnels the only plan you had, or did you have other plans that might be better?
The tunnels are the best plan for a coordinated sneak attack on Blackwater. Going in from the front would be extremely dangerous, and honestly, if we can get the tunnels cleared, we might be able to just steal the ring from him.
Because never get caught. I think it's a great plan, yeah.
She says he knows about the tunnels, but he's not watching them because he doesn't expect that we know about them. So, yes.
Do you happen to know where he keeps the ring day to day, or suspicions?
We've seen that he keeps it on his finger. It's always on him. We've also learned that for some reason, recently, he's shown more. He's been seen spell casting, which is not something that we've ever seen him do in the past. So it seems almost as if he's come into some sort of magical ability recently.
Interesting. Regardless, just to have all the cards on the table, Blackwater sent one of his mercenary men to talk to us, asking us to give him an audience, because he's curious about what's going on. What we'll tell him tomorrow morning, which is when I said we'd be there, is that we just went and killed a bunch of the orcs, and that they have retreated into their camp for now and are regrouping. And I won't tell him anything else really, and that we're going to head back out and see if we can acquire the dagger.
Yes.
Just to not arouse suspicion.
Try to keep him on your side as long as possible. If he suspects you're working with me, he probably will turn hostile and send people out to get the dagger from you, because I'm guessing he would assume you have it. So yes, it would definitely be a good idea to convince him you don't have it, and you will have to go back out looking for it. I agree with this plan. And yeah, I think that's about it. I'm assuming you don't want to go into the tunnels tonight, as it is almost time to rest, and it's getting late.
Agreed, yeah. I think we'll take that rest, talk to Blackwater in the morning, and after that we'll take another stroll through the park, if you know what I mean.
She says, well, I'll send Neil again. He can show you how to get into the tunnels. I believe he's working at the inn right now. Probably has some clients or something. She sighs.
Clients?
Yes, he entertains clients sometimes. I told him that anyway. That's about it for what I had to say. But I will send him to speak with you more tomorrow. Unless there was anything else you wish to speak with me about.
No, I think that's it.
She looks at Mia and she says, and I will have a drink with you and Riven as promised, if you still wish it.
Of course.
And she nods and says, are you staying at the wood, what is it called? Maplewood. Are you staying over at the Maplewood?
Yep, that's where you can find us, pretty lady.
Alright, I'll stop by tonight and say hello. Was there anything else you all needed to speak with me about?
That's everything on my end.
All right. Good eve to you. You call yourselves Heroes of Char? Is that still a thing?
We still haven't thought of anything else. I personally despise the name, but I can't think of anything else. If you have any suggestions, feel free, but otherwise we'll keep thinking about it, I guess.
And she shrugs. She says, "Well, it does go with what the people here think of you, so it's at least a good name for this town. But as for suggestions, I don't know. Give me some time. Maybe I can come up with something." All right. So the group is heading out.
Yeah, just before we go, I'm going to turn around and give her a little bow, and then leave.
And she smiles and gives you a nod. All right. So the group is outside. I assume you're trying to sneak off into the woods again. It's nighttime, so most of the houses are already. Well, there's lights on inside with candles, but no one's really keeping an eye out. So yeah, what do you all want to do? You were in the forest outside of the Blood Hand hideout.
I'm ready to sleep.
What do you think she means by taking care of the leadership of this town?
I think she wants to kill everybody in charge.
I think that should the authorities get involved somehow with Blackwater saying that it's the Blood Hand, that the barracks will come down on the Blood Hand and that they'll have to either go under or create some big altercation that they can use to then hide behind.
You think we should go talk to the mayor? She might want to
No.
know about this.
And say what? She's gonna back Blackwater because he's
We're gonna hit
probably
up Blackwater, by the way.
Well,
yeah,
we don't have to.
paying-
We don't have to tell her that she's gonna die, but we could offer
but
our support.
I
Yeah.
don't know if she's going to take it because he's the one funding all the money into making the town better. She's not going to bite the hand that's feeding the town.
Oh, we're not telling her to do anything. I'm just saying we could maybe talk with her and tell her that if things get dicey, she can
we're not
come
gonna
with
fight
us.
the Blood Hand regardless if things get dicey.
She can
I
definitely
see,
do
yeah.
with us.
And if we do at some point decide that for whatever fucking reason, which I by no means intend to do, the Black Hand becomes a liability, then we'll see then. But I don't think that's gonna happen.
The Black Hand.
The Blood Hand, yeah.
Blackwater and
Bloodhound,
Blood
same
Hand
thing.
merged together. The transfusion.
The Black Hand tide.
Bloodwater. Black Hand and Bloodwater.
The tide of the Black Hand.
There you go.
Oh god. Or we could just ask the mayor just not to keep the city guard from getting involved and just not do anything. So that way,
because that's not suspicious at all and doesn't draw the
because
chance of her telling Blackwater
No.
that something is up with the Heroes of Char who just came back from fighting Orcard. Yeah, no. Vetoed.
No. If we turn around and attack his mansion, we just tell her that instead of picking a side, to not get involved and to come up with a reason why they don't come there quicker. Because they don't lose people, and they're not choosing a side, so they get to stay neutral. So if Blackwater wins and we all die, she's got an excuse, and if we beat Blackwater, she didn't help him, and we didn't have to deal with extra people. So it's a win-win for her.
The thing about the tunnels is that she's not going to help because she's not going to know that shit's going on.
No, but if when we attack the mansion, their guards will come to back up the mansion.
No, they
Because-
won't, because they won't know that anything's going on because we're coming from inside the mansion. That's the whole plan.
If you go quickly enough, yeah, because it would take the guards time to get there. So if you can move quickly, get the ring, and get out. I mean, anyway, sorry,
there's
I'm
no
not even
reason-
here. I shouldn't be talking. Go ahead.
There's no
Is the
reason
client-
she needs to do
the
anything
client's not
about the leadership
Oh,
of this town, in quotes, if we just get the fuck out quickly after we get the ring.
Yeah, but we're
I
assuming
think
we
she
can
has
get
some
the ring
ulterior
quick enough.
motives and wants to get ahead in some other way.
In
we're
short, I don't
assuming-
trust her. We don't need her. If she becomes a problem, we can fire. The guard here is pathetically just weak anyway. We're fine.
But we're assuming we can get the ring quick enough, and we're assuming that we'll be quick enough and then not going to be ready. It's a lot of assuming that if things are going to play out how we want them to. as opposed
And
to
otherwise, what?
otherwise, we suggest to the mayor that if anything happens with the mansion under attack and you get word, to just drag your feet and to be very slow. Or can we come up with a
How are you
distraction?
gonna do that?
Well, it
she'd
doesn't have
drag
to
her
be
feet
right
if we
now.
attack.
We
We don't
can't
have to do
inform
anything right
anyone
now.
about this. We are agreed on that. I just
We're not telling
wanted
them
to
we're
note
going to
what it's
attack. We're
like in
saying
this situation.
we're just
Telling
saying
them that if
any,
the mansion's under attack, that she shouldn't do anything is the same thing as we're attacking the mansion. Just
but
don't
they wouldn't
go and help them.
yes, but yeah, all right.
If you want them to stop them from getting involved, what you can do is you can go, I don't know, set a house ablaze on the other side of town. Get the
Yeah,
guard occupied if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I'll
afraid
do that.
she
I'll
will.
do that. I'll do that.
Riven's really good at making chaos.
Riven's all
Yeah.
about arson, random arson.
Not arson. It's just chaos.
I was the original arson.
All right. So I'll say
You can say arson. Not just chaos.
you all are on your way back to the Maplewood, right?
Yeah, let's go back
I'm.
for now.
Am I going to be stupid? No, I won't be stupid. I was going to go like
Uh,
fly
was a
around
choice.
the mansion.
Did Riven just say that out loud?
Oh,
Yes, I was going to go fly around the mansion and see. No, I did actually just say that. I did say it out loud because I just I couldn't decide. Should I be
Roll
stupid? Should I
insight
go and have
Gonna
on
go
his
buzz the
mental
mansion.
stability.
my mental stability is fine. I just think out loud. I need to ask extra.
You definitely sense some chaotic elements to this little fairy, but I mean that's not too hard to insight. But,
Chaos is fun.
yeah. So you get back to the house. It's probably about 7:30 at this point. It's getting later. I'm guessing everyone's turning in for the evening.
Is this the one Neil's at? Is this the inn Neil's at?
He is usually, well, you look around, you don't see him here. You guess he might be over at the Darkwater Inn over here.
No, I was only gonna. No, I'll go to bed. I'll visit later.
Alright, so during the night, Cithril does in fact show up, a little bit later, like around 9 or so. Neil is with her, as well as several of her people. It
I'll
seems
get up for
like
that.
there's a little bit of tenseness in the air as she takes a seat at one of the tables, and I'm assuming Mia and Riven are joining her.
I'm gonna go join Neil.
Okay, so yeah, you all sit together, you talk a bit. Cithril is polite and smiles and just kind of small talks a little, but doesn't actually say much. Neil is getting drunk. He's laughing. He's smacking people on the back of the on the back of the shoulders and getting a little plastered. Is anyone doing anything?
I will play my pan flute.
All right, give me.
Is there any gambling going on?
There's some card playing. Let's see. There's a bard singing, who's actually doing pretty good. Do you want to just start playing your flute with him?
Yes, I will match him as best I can.
All right, give me a performance check. Oof. All right. So he's trying to sing. You're like,
Please stop.
Everyone's like, boo, boo, go away. You suck, halfling. And the bard gives you a look like, maybe you better go away.
How long has it been since our visit? If it's within an hour, you have advantage.
Okay, I'll pull out a drum because maybe a drum can match him a bit
All
better.
right. So sure, give me a. It's been more than an hour. It's nighttime at this point. Give me a second performance check. As you're like, the drum. Give him a beat. All right. So yeah, you're doing better now. People are starting to come around. There's a couple of boos, but then people start getting into it, stamping their feet. The bar gets a bit more lively. You'd probably get a couple of silver. We'll say 2 silver as tips. And you said you were gambling, Scurry?
Mm-hmm.
Give me a... do you have cards? What's your proficiency? Dice?
I didn't know that cards or dice were like an actual thing. Like I've got them in my inventory, I'm pretty sure.
I think they're...
But I didn't.
It's a tools proficiency. Like
Is it?
I thought it was. What would be giving you cards? Is that something from your background, or is this just something you want to RP?
I have cards.
Yeah,
but
but
you're-
it's
you're-
not like a tool set, is it?
I thought they were. I thought like dice and chess, like that was I don't know if it's the same as a tool. Here, let me look it up real quick. Look at D&D Beyond.
Let's see. Background.
Playing card set. Yeah, so there is a playing card set proficiency. I think you usually get those types of things from like your background or
Yeah, so I actually have a proficiency with the dice set, but you can choose if you're a criminal. You can have
Okay.
a proficiency with either the dice or the playing cards.
Oh, that guy's need to put it in. Yeah, playing cards seem more like zero, to be honest.
Okay, so yeah, so you can say if you have a criminal background that you may have gotten it that way. Go ahead and give me a check with playing cards. I would guess intelligence, unless there's a different ability score you want to use, like if you're cheating or something.
And for that just roll sleight of hand, right?
Yeah, so if you want to use dexterity, do you want to cheat or do you want to just play cards fair?
What are the stakes in this game?
I assume it's just like a friendly game with some people. I mean, no one here is very rich. It's just a bunch of farmers like throwing in some copper.
In that case, yeah, I'll just play for sure. That's fine.
All right,
Just normal way.
give me a
copper.
Sorry, what?
No, I'm just messing.
Give me a playing cards with I'll say intelligence probably or wisdom. Ooh, all right. So you're not doing so great. It's been a while since you've done playing cards. We'll say you've lost like 5 copper, and the farmers are loving it though. They're like, oh, don't worry, big cat guy. We appreciate you spending your time with us. So you're making some friends. Actually, give me a persuasion check.
Still got advantage on that.
No, it's been more than an hour at this point.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, you're kind of talking to people, playing cards, enjoying the night, making a few farmer friends. But yeah, you do lose 6 copper as the night goes on. Anyone else doing anything before bedtime?
Whilst Neil's drunk, I'm going to ask him why, and I can't remember her name. The elf lady's angry. I can't remember anyone's name.
Cithril?
Yes, that's it, Cithril.
She's angry. What do you mean?
When
She's
did she
over-
get angry? When
she's
did you
over-
piss her off?
She walked in a mood.
Well, right now I assume Mia is talking to her over at the table, and he says, "I don't think she's angry." What was she
Yeah, I'm
angry?
just flirting her up, cuddling my egg. It's a good time. Stop trying to
When
make
you-
problems.
I'm not. When she walked in, she seemed like she was in a mood, and I just wondered if she got angry at you for telling us what you told us about what she.
Did I
that she
say
had
she
a
was in
plan.
a mood? I don't think I said that.
I don't think she was in a mood.
Oh, well. It's me imagining things then.
Oh, no, she's fine as far as I know. How are you, little guy?
Show her
I'm-
my egg.
Don't call me little, but I'm alright.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
How are
it's okay.
you? How are you, Riven?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm drunk, but doing good. And he just laughs with some of his crimson or bloody hand people.
But do you get drunk a lot in bars then?
Sometimes. It's my night off. I don't got anything going on, so I've just been relaxing a bit. It's been kind of a tough week, and he starts talking about a bunch of jobs he's been kind of doing for Cithril around town, getting things set up for the possible moves against Blackwater. At which point, Cithril has walked over, grabbed him, and said, "Neil, I don't think this is a good place to talk about such things. Could we keep the subjects to non-business related?" He's like, yeah, sorry, boss." She smiles at him, goes, "Sits
Don't
back."
worry, he didn't tell me. But so, if we're keeping this like strictly not business, then are you single?
Yeah. Pretty single. Have to be for some of the stuff I do.
Mia steps forward
Oh, my.
between Riven and Citral and says, "You want to see my egg?"
Riven and
Hold it
Sithral.
out. Yeah.
You pull out your egg. Sithral says, "Wow, that's a big egg. Did you lay that yourself?"
No, you want to touch it though?
She shrugs. She says, "What kind of egg is it?
Dragon egg.
Where'd you get a dragon egg?"
It's a wyvern. It's a wyvern egg. She can't
It's
tell the difference.
basically a dragon. Come on.
Aren't those things extremely dangerous?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I'm
she
gonna
killed it.
freeze it.
There's a
She
couple
killed it
of
single-handed.
there's a couple of people in the tavern now looking nervously as they look at this egg and look at you.
No, it's fine. If it hatches in brought up by a person, they're lovely pets. Really.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh God. All right. Persuasion.
And so there's still some nervous looks, but some of the bar patrons seem a little calmer. And the bartender yells, "Hey, put that egg away!"
Let's
Tucking it
let,
underneath my arm.
let's play a fairy game called Strip Poker.
I've heard of that game. Let's do it. Sounds fun.
I know it's fun.
And I just start taking clothes off because
Yeah.
I don't understand.
No,
the game.
that's not that. No.
Neil's like, "This isn't a fair game. I'm already missing half my clothes."
We could take
That just means you've been playing. That just means you've got to focus more on winning.
It's more fun the less clothes you have, so you're already winning.
I'm gonna rip my top off and
No,
throw it on my head and go, I win!
Are you actually taking your clothes off?
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, not actually in real life.
well, yeah, obviously. So you
Takes role playing to a whole new level.
So there's definitely some surprises, like you take your top off and there's some cheers. The bartender's like, "Hey, stay decent. That's what, rent a room for that."
We have a room! And then I'm just gonna, like, shake my titties.
Oh, go. Oh, Jesus. Go in the room then. God. There's a bunch of drunk people just cheering. All right, so I'm gonna probably just do some persuasion checks from who is it? Mia and Riven as you interact with Neil and Sithral. Sithral is now looking very surprised at this. All right. So yeah, you all kind of party, drink. The night would pass. So go ahead, spend. Well, you don't have to eat food because you're in town, but just spend. I assume a gold piece. You're all just living modestly, like normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So spend a gold piece for your upkeep for the evening. And it is now the 15th of autumn. You would all wake up the next morning, probably some a little hungover from partying. Now, were you actually trying to
I didn't drink, so
were you actually trying to make a pass at Neil, Riven?
yes.
All right, give me one more persuasion check.
I don't.
All right. So unfortunately, it didn't go so well. Neil thinks you're cool, but he doesn't seem too interested with you romantically. At least not at this point. You may have to work at that more.
Yeah.
And
Yep. I prefer a long game anyway.
And Mia, were you trying to make a pass at Sithral?
Oh, hell yes.
All right, give me a persuasion check as well. Oh, okay. So yeah, you partied with her a bit. She, what? Someone yelled something. But yeah, she seemed to be kind of into you. She, laughed with you, and you all talked a bit. She would probably want to meet up and hang out again, but that's all I'll say about that for right now. All right.
Get myself a girl.
So it is the next.
Just scowling at Mia over breakfast.
Yeah, so next morning at breakfast, some of you might be a little headachy. It's the 15th of autumn. I'll say you're downstairs, kind of meeting up, waking up around 7 a.m., kind of talking to each other as you have some breakfast at the tavern. Yeah, what does everyone want to do? It's morning time.
Can I take Nala with me to the alchemist and see about how old our egg is?
No, I'd be down to do that
Oh, for the
as long
egg
as the
stuff?
party.
Yeah.
Yeah, as
While
long
we're
as.
still in town.
Yeah, do you both. Is anyone going with them, or is it just them going? Alright, so I'll say early in the morning, Mia grabs Nalo and heads off to do a little bit of egg stuff. What about the rest of you? Shall I just pass time till you meet up with the blood hand later, or does anyone want to work on anything in the morning?
Nothing to meeting up with Blackwater.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You guys were going to meet up with Blackwater. So are you going to all go do that, or is Mia and
Um,
Nalo
you
going to
know
go
what?
do the egg?
I think it'd be better if me and Mia were not there.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Mia can just go work on egg stuff. You guys can handle Blackwater, I'm sure.
All right. So the rest of the group is heading over to Blackwater then.
Yeah, like before we go, like how long is the walk up there?
It's like 10 minutes, maybe 5-10 minutes. Not that long.
Like a bit, like while we're still out of sight, I wanna stop and cast detect magic to see if I can spot anything going on in there.
Yeah. So where on the road are you casting detect magic? Because there are a bunch of farmers working. You just gonna kind of do it in front of them?
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it at the edge of a field or something.
Alright, so you summon magical forces, casting detect magic, and you definitely get some looks. The farmers are kind of looking over concerned, as they probably have never seen magic before. But
Yeah.
happy that you haven't actually attacked them with it. They kind of cautiously go back to work. So yeah, you'd get to the wall, and actually with detect magic, you notice a couple of things. There are auras coming from the 4 points of the wall. Magical auras.
In which school?
So you can't actually see the object. You think it might be something built into the wall, so you can't tell what school.
Okay.
You would also notice. It's only 30 feet. Within 30 feet, I'll say, yeah, you notice the walls, and that would be it at this point, because it's not that long a range.
Okay.
So, two guards at the gate would stop you. One of them says, hello, friends. Oh, and he kind of looks at the diverse group, and he says, you're the heroes, right? Heroes of Chaur?
I guess people call us that.
That's correct, yeah. Name in progress.
Nods. He says, well, Blackwater was expecting you. Follow me. So he would lead you inside the main hall, which seems to be at the moment kind of converted into some sort of meeting area. There are a bunch of different mercenaries in here, armored up with various weapons. There are several makeshift bookshelves that have been set up, a couple of people reading, doing research, and a bunch of crates that look like they've been set here. Looks like he's getting ready to do some kind of journey with all the people and stuff around. But you would be led over to his desk where he is speaking with a couple of other mercenaries. But as he sees you approach, he sort of waves and ways, as we'll speak later. And as you approach, he, of course, has his smile on and he says, my friends, it's been a bit. I heard that you had returned from your trip. I was hoping to hear good news.
Well, as of right now, we've just managed to take out a bunch of their troops, and they seem to have retreated from the surrounding areas for now, and are regrouping in their camp. But we don't have the dagger, if that's what you're asking.
He seems a bit disappointed by that. He says, well, So you've driven them off, but you failed to get the dagger.
You managed to take out a lot of their troops, but the center of their camp was too well fortified for us to just lead an assault in.
I see. Is Orcard still there?
I frankly don't know. We left them. We left the camp there, so
Give me a persuasion check, as he seems a bit angered by this.
persuasion check. Okay.
Ooh.
What the fuck?
He says, I thought I made it quite clear that the dagger was the first priority of this trip, and now you're saying he may have escaped with it?
And I think I made it quite clear that we didn't work for you, and if we found the dagger, that we might deliver it to you. But we haven't found the dagger, and we never decided to work together. So I don't see why you're getting upset at me for something that we didn't agree on.
He says, I'm getting upset because you've made things quite worse if the troop... And then he kind of stops, catching himself.
Right.
So, at this point...
If the what, sorry?
He stops and says, at this point, the troops are still there, but you don't know if Blackwater, or if the leader of their forces is still there with the dagger. Is that what you're telling me?
Correct. I don't know if that whole camp moved either. I mean, we left there a couple of days ago by now. They could have moved already. Don't know.
He says, all right. Well, do you have information about the state of the Iron Tide? How many troops were you able to kill?
We murdered a decent bunch. I didn't really keep any accurate counts, but I say well above 40.
Go ahead.
If I recall, it's like 60 hobgoblins as well as like a dozen orcs and.
So Nalo isn't there, right?
I'm not there, but
You're just trying to recall, yeah.
I'm just trying to recall. But he would know because he has all the ears, I think.
Yeah, but I'm trying to downplay it.
That's true. Okay.
He says, all right. Well, if the dagger is still there, this can be salvaged. Do you plan to go back soon to make another attack?
Once we've, regrouped, rested up a little bit, restocked our rations, we're planning to see if we can drive him away from the area for once and for all, yeah?
Give me a deception check.
Sure.
Remember, you do
Technically
have
the truth.
inspiration points. Yeah, but your aim is to deceive him, right?
Yeah. That ability enhanced would have been real nice by now. I'll use an inspiration on that, fuck it, yeah.
Alright. Oh, another 6. Alright, give me you need a second roll.
Second one?
Yeah, because you said you used an inspiration, so you have advantage.
Okay, so just advantage.
13. Alright, so he would nod at that and say, alright, is there something that you would need to... He says, I am still willing to work with you. I have resources that could be of use to you if you are heading back and wish to work with me this time. It may be the difference between success, or it may mean the difference between success and failure. And remember, I am offering quite a large reward for that dagger. I don't think you'll get 1,000 gold pieces from anyone else.
Well, that's interesting. Last time you said 500.
Says, yes, well, it's become clear that more money is needed, and I have more money, so I'm willing to pay.
Interesting. But you said that you'd be able to offer assistance. What other assistance would you be able to give us outside of paying for what we're already setting out to retrieve without your assistance?
I have some mercenaries that I could lend to the cause. They could be of help if you're looking to engage the Iron Tide directly, especially if you've already lowered their numbers a bit.
Your
Well,
own.
we'll think it over, and before we set out to actually go out again, we'll let you know our answer if that's all right. Have a bit of a group discussion about it and such.
Like, if we are to make a plan about this, what kind of force could we calculate with
He
from your
says,
side?
I have a grouping of soldiers and more skilled mercenaries that I could lend to this. You'd be looking at about 50 or 60 strong.
And how soon could you have them here?
I already have them here. He says, I just have them working on various things, but I have quite the force assembled already. So, just let
That
me know.
sounds kind of
If you
promising.
need to speak about it, let me know. But please let me know before you leave.
Will do.
And he nods. I apologize if I seemed a bit curt. This has been frustrating to me, and I want to move forward with my plans.
Yeah, well, we decided to prioritize the well-being of the people.
Of course, of course. Well, good luck to you, and let me know what you decide. He motions for the guard to escort you out.
Will do.
All right, so the group, I assume you're all leaving the mansion, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did I see any more magic?
While I was in that room,
Oh.
I'm assuming I was able to take a good look around and see if there was anything like special going on.
Yeah, so as for magic, I forgot you had that. You saw that several of the mercenaries in his employ do have magical items on them. He himself had a magical ring, magical amulet, something under his shirt. Looked like it might be well, I guess you wouldn't see the shape of it, but there was something magical, like he was concealing maybe a weapon or something, and his boots looked magical. So Galen actually had quite a few magical items on him. And yeah, like I said, you noticed several of the people. Oh, and you did see that elf that Riven was talking about. She was actually sitting at a desk reading some books. Which I won't show her your picture just yet, but yeah. Sorry, Scurry. What did you say? What were you looking for?
I was just trying to take a good look around the room to see if there's any like potential hiding spots should we be able to get into the mansion, like anything of interest, just so I'd have good idea of the layout, where reinforcement might be coming from, should we actually get into the mansion, just take it all in.
Yeah, I
For
mean there were definitely hiding spots. You saw several doors going off the main room that looked like they were closed, so you don't know what was beyond them. There was kind of a stairwell in the main hall that went up to the second level, so there were probably hiding spots up there. You definitely saw a lot of armed people, and you think these might be his more specialized mercenaries, because I assume Tal would tell you that they had magical items on them.
Yeah, it's like a Christmas tree in there.
Yeah,
sounds fancy.
does seem fancy. Oh, Mia, you
Sounds-
gotta step away.
She's gotta pick the kids up from school.
Okay. So I was just gonna say for the egg, not Blackwater. What's his name?
Doru?
Doru would have told you that the egg will probably hatch in a season. So about
So,
day
like
is
3
it?
months?
Yeah, what day is it today? It's autumn. So yeah, in about 3 months. Yeah. So 90 days.
Gotcha. So, like, after, 70 days, it's best to keep it out of the shell? Or out of the bag so it doesn't, hatch and suffocate?
Yeah, he says, well, if you tell him about the bag of holding, he'll say, yeah, when it gets close to hatching time, you probably just want to keep it somewhere The difficult part is you'll always want someone keeping an eye on it because it needs to be. It need You want to feed it, or else it'll probably leave wherever it is. Where it was born, like the nest, and just go
Hmm.
murder someone because they are dangerous, even
Yeah.
young.
I'm gonna ask
Very
him
self
like
sufficient.
I don't know if he knows much, but like would it be smart to get a muzzle or some other sort of
Yeah, I mean, you probably need to go see a specialty leather worker for something like that. He would suggest checking in Highgard, the town to the south. It's more of a city. They have they have specialty crafters and artisans there.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
He doesn't have much info on that sort of thing, but there are people who could help you that are in the. He would say, with the Phoenix Guild there, like they have a presence within Highgard. They're scholars, so.
Okay. I'll
Uh,
keep that in mind. And does this like go over Mia's head? She's like, "Oh, it's 3 months. Let's go."
yeah. She would probably seem excited, but I'll say as you all kind of meet up at the inn afterwards. I would say probably right.
Yeah.
So it's probably getting close to 10:30 at the moment. The group all meets up in the tavern. You don't have your secret room anymore, but you do have your normal accommodations and your drinking. What do you want to do?
Just head straight to the Bloodhound to start. All right, wait, Neil, right? Neil is gonna get us, yeah. So
Yeah,
wait for Neil.
so wait for Neil. All right. Why don't we take a quick 5 minute break? I mean, we're a little bit
Sounds good.
past halftime, but just for stretching and bathroom. And then we'll return.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right.
Oh man. Imagine if you were like a metal worker, like a smith. But you just specialized in cock rings. So your party's like, "Hey guys, like, yeah,
I
I need a
mean,
sword.
that would be
Oh,
more
can
of
you make me a
a
sword?" And
that'd
then,
be more of a jewel crafter than. I mean,
okay, jewel crafter.
I don't
Someone's
know if
like, "I
that's
need."
a I don't know if that's a specialty. I mean, doesn't. I mean, I don't
But
want to take away from the amount of skill it would take to make a cock ring, but I'm sure you can make other things
it'd be like a
besides that.
bracelet, though, wouldn't it? It'd be like a
No, but
bracelet.
it would be like some like gruff dwarf dude, and the party's like, "Ah, I just need a sword." He's like, "Sorry, no can do. I only make cock rings."
Very specialized dwarf smith.
I love the idea of a whole city of like just BDSM, just sex stuff.
The sex city. All right, I'll be
Red
right
City.
back.
It's the Red City. The
The
Red
red
City.
light city.
You have a safe word to get out.
Safe word to leave the city.
Yeah.
If you forget the safe word, it's
You're stuck there
all
forever.
done.
Oh, God. Trust me to nearly die. Oh, well.
Mm, yummy.
Alright, I'm back. Is anyone else back?
I'm back. Oh, fuck. I should have said, hi back, I'm dad.
That is exactly what you should have done. Hopefully everyone's having fun. It's kind of a split camera at times as you're all kind of doing different things.
I'm back.
Do we have Scurry back? Maybe not. Got Nalo, Tal, Ribbon.
Yep.
Okay, and I'm guessing Mia's still out picking up her kids. Did you roll a 5 or a 3, Ribbon, with your Neil flirting? I think it was a 5.
I think. Hang on. Oh god, I've got to go back and have a look.
With-
My flirting, it was
Just making
7
a
and
note.
6.
6?
7 and a 6.
Alright.
Maybe you would be better off just asking for his price.
Maybe.
Asking for his
I don't want to
prize?
ask me. Sorry.
His
I
price.
mean,
Oh, price.
he had dealings in his.
I mean, you could if you want to be direct and be like, hey, how much does it cost? But I'm
No, I'd
assuming you were
rather
just flirting with
first
him.
time at least. I'd rather the first time at least being willing. Slash, I also learned that some of her plan for what she wanted to do to take people out, so it was useful in both ways.
True. Did we get Scurry back? Oh, I guess he's still out. Alright, well, I'll use this time to look at some of my notes.
Riven has a death wish.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Alright. So... I'm just looking at my maps here. Some time passes. You probably have some lunch as it's getting close to midday. Around 11:30, Neil would show up and say, "Greetings again, friends. Are we ready to go?"
Hi, how's your headache? Were you hungover this
Oh,
morning?
I was fine. He says, I drink all the time. You know, and look at this body. Come on. I can handle my liquor. How are you doing? You were flailing a bit last night. You doing better?
Right now, I'm just staring at the abs. Yep. What? Sorry. No, I was fine. I didn't drink at all. Like, I didn't have anything to drink. I was fine.
What?
No,
Made
I
me
didn't drink.
alone.
Did you never saw? I didn't make you drink alone. You just never offered me a drink.
Fine. In any case,
So you made me.
This is fine. I'll make sure next time I offer you a drink. In any case, you all ready to go?
Alrighty, let's go.
So he would take you outside and say, "Follow me." He leads you down to a house over here, at which point he knocks on the door. Several people are at the door when it opens, and just leads you all inside. But it looks like this might be another one of their holdings, their houses. Because inside the house looks pretty bare. You don't see much in the way of furniture, but there are more people dressed in kind of shady cloaks with armor. He leads you to a closet where he opens the door and you see a hatch inside. He opens it up and a ladder leads down into darkness. He says, "We all ready to go down?"
Before we go, we got some information from Blackwater. He said his troop count he could spare was about 50. And they didn't seem like pushovers. Several magic items. He has magic boots. I assume he can use to get away, which is something we should keep in mind.
Well, we weren't thinking Blackwater or his troops were a pushover, which is why we came up with this plan. We actually had known about these tunnels before we even came here. We learned about them from one of our information brokers. But
These are
go ahead.
okay. So these are the tunnels that have got the undead things in that you're sending us down into right now.
He says, "Yeah, we don't know much about them. Just that they existed long before this town was even built. I'm no historian. I don't know. It kind of glazed over when they were explaining it, but yeah, we did find some undead down here. In fact, it killed one of our guys. I think some kind of skeleton.
How many of them did you see, or did anyone see when you were down there?
So far, we've only encountered small roving bands of them, like a couple. So we haven't encountered large groups, though there is an area that we want you to explore where there might be more of them. We haven't gone in yet just because we weren't sure if we should. We were worried we might be disturbing something. So Sithril was organizing before you were joining us, Sithril was organizing a group to go in there. But now since you all are working with us, I think you'd be a better fit.
If I come out of this, you're going for drinks with me for a week.
Shrugs,
Neil.
he says, "Sure. I'm not buying all the drinks, am I?"
We'll see how I come out.
All right. I'll have drinks for you again. It's fine. All right. So he climbs.
Alright, you done flirting? Let's go in.
I'm more focused on the fact that I'm about to die again.
He laughs as he starts heading down the ladder. So this is actually a pretty long climb. You climb down. Part of the ladder is attached to the wall, and at the other, as you get lower down, there's another ladder that's attached and hangs down. You guess you went down about 30 or so feet. And you come out in these large tunnels. Does anyone have history?
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me, if you have history trained, give me a history check. So, you recognize the architecture as being very, I'm trying to think. Okay, I don't think you saw the other architecture. So, this architecture, is 12th cycle dwarven, so it's very old. This might have been some kind of sewer or just some kind of underground transport tunnels. It's hard to say. But the architecture style is very distinct, and it's dwarven. Neil gets to the bottom and looks around, lights up a torch. He says, "All right, follow me."
I'm also gonna cast light on my shield.
All right, so you light up the area with your shield. He would lead you. Actually, I have a map for this. assuming it's all black for you right now.
Yes.
Alright, so... let me get the light turned on. Alright, so you are moving through these tunnels with Neil. They seem pretty abandoned. There's a couple of areas that are caved in. Give me a d20 roll. Two. So he leads you after about, say, an hour of going. He gets kind of lost down here, curses a bit, but finally he leads you to what looks like a boarded up hallway that looks like something was scratching at it from the other side. There's a bunch of like boards and like a makeshift barricade built here. He pulls out a key and unlocks the door and opens it up. And he says, if you follow this down the hallway, it'll lead you to the area I was talking about. I'm going to stay here, though. Keep an eye out.
You're not coming to join in on the fun?
He says, no, I don't really want to go fight undead. Not really my thing.
Alright,
Understandable.
well, more for us.
Okay. Before we go in, I'm gonna cast Aid at 3rd level on Ravenello and Scurry.
Alright.
So an extra 10 max HP for those 3.
Alright. You would
Appreciate
cast
it.
Aid. And actually, if you have a 13 or over passive perception at this point while you're casting Aid, you would hear something moving around down the hallway somewhere, though you don't see it. Definitely some kind of chattering noise.
Ooh, spooky.
Alright, you guys want me to go ahead and take a look? I'll make sure to stay no more than like 20 feet ahead of you guys, but I'm a little stealthier after all.
Sounds smart.
Alright, so the group heads in. Neil is going to close and lock the door behind you. He says, I'll be here to let you out, don't worry.
Alright.
So you're going to try to use stealth to move towards this thing?
Yep.
Alright, give me a stealth check. And how far behind you is the group staying?
20 feet.
I'm coming up at the very end. I'm at the very back. So just like, yeah, okay.
Is it advantage because it's dark, or?
Yeah, sure, I'll give you advantage.
Better.
Okay. So you're moving down this hallway. It's turning a bit. You definitely hear the noise of the chittering getting closer. And with your party a little bit behind you, as you turn a corner, you see about 20 feet away a skeletal creature standing upright. I don't think you've ever seen anything like this before. Let me see if I can give you a picture. Sorry, I'm having some lag right now.
Epic lag.
Epic lag.
Quick, guys, kill the monsters while the DM is lagging.
Yeah. So the creature kind of shuffles. It seems to not be very alert right now, as its foot is kind of scratching against the floor. It does have a old-looking broken mace in its hand and a shield strapped to its arm. So far, it has not noticed you.
This is the only one I see?
Yes, and actually, what's your dark vision range? How far can you see?
60 feet.
So a little bit down the hall past it, you see a partially opened huge stone door.
Alright, I will beckon back to the group with just hand signals to be quiet and there's a guy there, and then signal that there's one.
Yeah, I mean, the group is like 30 feet behind you, so you can just turn around and make a signal at them. They're pretty close.
Yeah, and then I'll take out my rapier and get ready to get him.
Alright, so you're going to try to charge at him.
I'm gonna sneak up on him and attack him, yeah.
Alright, so you try to do a quick surprise attack. Give me another stealth check as you rush out at him, keeping
Sure.
your footsteps light as you do. Oh, yeah. Alright, so yeah, you come up behind this thing, and it kind of chitters a bit as it turns towards you, and you strike. Give me an attack at advantage.
It's actually an automatic hit and automatic crit. Or is it just advantage? Hold up.
I thought it was advantage. I don't think anything.
Oh yeah, it's advantage and auto crit. That's it.
If you hit, yeah. So go ahead, make an
Yeah.
attack roll. Luckily, he's not very well armored. Oh yeah, 24 definitely strike. Go ahead and give me that damage.
So click that and then double it, or do you want me to roll? an
You don't even
individual
have to. So with the hit, you just like shove your rapier right into his spine, and he just falls in half, shattering on the ground. Because he did not have that many hit points. You see, like the hand kind of twitching right on the ground, but then the remains
Yummy.
of the skeleton goes still. It
I
looks
do
like,
love playing Jenga with skeleton spines.
yeah. He looks like he had some armor scraps on him and some broken weaponry, but nothing of value. So I assume the group comes up at this point. Yeah, you see the skeleton has been very much murdered by Scurry. And up
Take a
ahead,
bite.
there is a large stone door, as I said, that's partially open. Looks like there is light coming from it, actually. Oh, no, never mind. There's no light. Sorry. But yeah, the door is open for those of you. I guess it's about 50 feet, so I guess with your light you might see the edges of it. What do you want to do?
Alright, let's head in, yeah.
So as you
I'm
get...
curious.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna just look at the skeleton again. Like, are we sure it's dead? I don't want it like reanimating behind us. That would be spooky.
Give me a perception check. So you think a couple of things when you look at the skeleton more closely. It is what you believe is probably a dwarf. And it has some partial symbols on its armor. Do you have religion?
No, I don't.
All right, so the symbols look like they are kind of worn from extreme old age. They don't really look familiar to you.
But they don't look like magical symbols. They just look like
No, it looks like when this guy was alive and his armor wasn't all rusted and falling apart, like he may have been part of some kind of group.
interesting.
Definitely
Okay.
also gonna take a look. And I have religion.
So Nalo, I assume, so you point that out to Tal?
Yeah, I'll point it out. I'll say it looks like it was a dwarf and it was alive.
Give me a religion check, Tal. Actually, you wouldn't even need to. From your knowledge of religion, you think that the symbol is a Moradin symbol, the god of the dwarves, which would make sense with this guy's armory, his mace and his shield. He was probably some kind of priest or maybe a holy warrior.
But it probably doesn't have to do anything with this reanimation.
No, you would guess some kind of necromancer may have used magic to reanimate him much later. But yeah, so if you approach the door past the body a bit, you would see another large Moradin symbol above it and something written on the door in Dwarvish. I don't know if anyone speaks Dwarvish.
And I can read it if you give me 10 minutes. I don't know if you want to wait that long.
Yeah, what does
Yeah,
we
let's
want to
just-
do? Do you want to enter?
We might as well. We have to kill anything in there anyway.
Alright. Give me a moment to look at something.
Unless Tal wants to stay in and read it.
Let's do it on the way out.
Yeah, it would take him a while. Alright, so you're entering a new area. There's a large stone double door. As you walk through it, you enter into a room that looks like it's about 30 feet by 30 feet with two doors, one going south and one going east. There are several skeletons in here. Do any of you have dark vision? You can pull a
I
light
do.
on for yourself. Oh, you pulled yourself on. All right. And Nalo. And you can rearrange yourselves as well. So there are several skeletons, a bunch of webs in here. It looks like no one's been in this room for ages. There are some footprints, though. Something may have been walking around in here at some point.
Which light is 2020 for my light spell?
It's a torch.
Okay.
So yeah, there are two double doors, one to the east and one to the south.
Alright, I guess I will go down to the south one and try and open it.
Oh, I still have access to Scurry's sheet because I see its HP, I think.
When you were playing him. Let me take a
Yep.
look at that.
So you were the one that murdered me.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. Now you know
It
who
wasn't the Wyvern, it was me.
it was him all along. So it looks like there's something written on this door in Dwarven. It's a very old-looking stone door. As you go to open it, it seems stuck as you pull on it. And also, as you pull on it, you think you hear something moving on the other side. Something may have heard you.
I wasn't opening it stealthily. Okay.
Well, you don't know if there's a way to open these stealthily because they're stuck.
Okay. Alright, guys, two options. One, we kick in the door and start blasting. Two, we try the other door.
I think we blast everything we find.
Just
Yeah,
blast
I'm
it
down.
all.
Although, eventually the cave does end up underneath Blackwater's estate. So if we do get far in, we might not want to make a lot of noise or shake the ground, if possible.
Let's try the other doors first anyway. I'll see if I can stealthily open these ones, see if they're less stuck.
This door also appears to be stuck, like no one's opened it in a very, very long time.
Alright.
Give me a stealth check.
Sure.
Does anyone have any grease?
Reason is it really like...
Oh yeah. So it is very, very stuck. You make some very good stealthy attempts to pull it open. You think you're either going to have to probably just put your shoulder into it. That might unstick it with some strength. But yeah, it's not opening so far.
Alright, well, we can't do it stealthily. Mia, go ahead. Try and not make too much noise.
Which door?
Whichever she decides, really. Doesn't matter. You can unmute, babe.
Pick a great one.
This one
I was
also.
wondering why no one's
We're just ignoring you. You guys are jerks. This door also has some writing on it, but again, it's in Dwarvish. Alright, so you want to try to push the door open?
Mhm.
Give me a strength check. Oh, good roll. Well, not a save, check. So that would be -3, I think. So 17. All right. Wham! You slam your shoulder into it. There's a bunch of dust that kind of falls off the door. The door moves slightly, and you do hear some stirring now on the other side of this door as well. The door is not open yet.
That didn't do the
Rash
trick.
food again.
It's
I have-
loosened, but it's not open yet.
I help her kick it in.
You want to
Right, I'll
hit it
step
again?
aside.
Yeah.
I will take my thing out. Why can I not? Like, it's laggy as hell. I'm gonna have to
Well-
I'm just switching places with Tal. I can't do
Yeah.
stuff. I need to reload roll 20.
So at this point, you hear something scratching at this door, and it starts to shake a bit to the south door. You said you're switching places with Tal?
Yeah, I'm just stepping to the side. There we go.
Okay. So Tal steps up. Mia, do you want to try to knock this door again?
Mhm.
All right, give me another strength check. Tal just slammed into it, but it did not open.
And I clicked the wrong one the first time, right? Where's the correct one I need to
So you don't click on save, you just click on the score itself, your strength, for just straight up skill check or a straight up check.
click? This one? Oh.
No, it's
again.
well, that's fine. It's so on your sheet, it's just directly on the score you'd click. But a 14 with Tal's help would be enough to slam into the door, knocking it open.
What?
Give me initiative
Oh,
rolls.
dear. Oh, I need to select my character, I think.
Oh God. Yeah, make sure you select your character.
Well,
we're
then.
Smart for being
So-
all the way in the back.
As the door slams open, a huge minotaur skeleton is standing there, and it looks down at you with its axe in hand. And behind it, many more skeletons shuffle forward with sword and shield.
Does anybody have any AoE spells? This is the time.
Scurry goes, uh-oh.
Nello screams like a girl.
So I think I have I have 4 of you. Who am I missing? Oh, I got Scurry. Okay, so we got everyone. So the first one to act is going to be a skeleton in the back who is going to pull out his bow, his old short bow on his back. And he is going to take a shot. So he is going to fire his short bow. 6 versus AC, so the arrow comes whizzing down the hallway and smacks into the back of this creature, but not enough to do any damage. Next up is another skeleton who's going to pull out his bow and take a shot as well at Tal this time. Natural 1 completely misses. Another skeleton is going to take a shot with a bow. Jeez, another natural 1. All right. You just woke them up. They're kind of groggy. The Minotaur skeleton is going to look down at Tal and Mia. I'm going to roll for it. He doesn't really have strong feelings about either of you. He's going for Mia. So he steps forward as he brings his horn down. But he would once again roll very poorly, completely missing Mia. And he huffs a bunch. Ending his turn. Scurry, what are you going to do? There's a bunch of sound now coming from this door as something is pushing against it.
Well, I'm assuming that thing won't open for a little while. I will move here and try and hit this Minotaur with my rapier.
Alright, so you step up. He does have some cover from the corner there, but you can make an attack from that space.
I don't have advantage or anything, so just normal attack.
Oh. Yes, using the distraction as he's going for Mia, you get a nasty hit, which would be sneak attack. So go ahead, give me a damage roll. Nice hits. 21 points of damage as you poke at one of the bones, knocking it out of place, and he doesn't look wounded yet, but he definitely took some damage from that. Anything else?
I will use my dagger to make an attack with bonus action as well.
Okay. Stab. 20 would strike again. Stabbing for how much? 7? Alright. He once again takes some damage, but does not look wounded yet. Riven, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Shatter, but if I can, behind the big guy and at the bunch of the skeletons behind him.
Alright, well, there are AoE effects in the journal. Just pull one for Shatter and show me where you're putting it.
There's that, and I'm going to hopefully do it about like there. They're roughly, but it's like
Well, pull out the
there.
AoE effect for it. Just look for the 10-foot radius one. It's under Resources, Spell Effects.
10 foot. Okay.
No, you want the radius, not just the 10-foot circle.
Oh, there you are.
A 20-foot circle.
Okay, so is that where you're putting it?
Yeah.
Alright, so you chant as you summon forth magical energies, and there's suddenly a loud and an explosion down the hall. And let's see. Make some saving throws. This is a con save, right?
Constitute, yeah.
Go ahead, give me the actual roll.
Okay.
And what's the DC on that? 13?
Hang on.
Yeah, at the bottom.
Oh, good roll. So 13, 19 thunder. Alright. So a bunch of them just explode when they are hit. A couple of them. Well, actually, not as many as I thought. So actually, they rolled pretty well. 2 of them died from that explosion. And the others do look gravely wounded. So let me mark the wounded ones. There it is. But yeah, so as the sound, as the bass drops, there's a huge thunderous explosion, and bones just go flying everywhere. Several skeletons look badly wounded, but they are still coming. Anything else, Riven?
No, that's it.
Alright, the skeleton goes. He is gonna walk down the hallway here past his buddies, take out his bow, and take a shot with cover at Mia. This is 16 versus AC? I believe that would hit you, right? Are you muted, Mia?
Hit me.
Your AC is
Yeah.
14, right?
Armor class
Yeah.
14. Yes.
Alright, so yeah, you are struck with the arrow. Your armor takes most of it, but you still get poked for 5 points of damage.
Oof. Okay.
So just minus 5 from your 49.
44.
Alright, so this guy back here, who actually was not affected by the spell, going to move through his buddies. He's going to pull out a bow and take a shot as well. He's going to take a shot at Scurry, who has heavy cover, but he's going to try it. Rolls a 19, which I think would still hit you even with heavy cover, because you're 14, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you are, as you're stabbing at the guy, you take an arrow to the shoulder for 8 piercing.
Alright.
This skeleton is coming over here, and he is gonna fire as well. Taking a shot at your cleric. 8 versus AC would miss. Nilo, what are you gonna do?
I will move here to get a better look down the corridor.
Okay.
And I will pull out my Wand of Web,
Oh.
my item interaction,
Yeah.
and I'm going to
Cast web.
cast it. Yes.
Alright, go ahead and place your web, which I think is a 10-foot radius?
A 20-foot cube.
Oh, okay. So yeah, you can pull out a 20-foot cube.
What does it do?
It puts a bunch of web in the hallway.
Yeah. I think I can put it right there.
Just impairs movement or what?
They can get stuck in it as well.
Yeah.
So
let me
I think when their turn comes, if they start their turn or enter it, they have to make a dex save or become stuck and basically restrained.
And I'll end my turn. And I gotta put my concentration on.
It also provides more cover. So this guy starts his turn. He has to make a dex save. 16, so I think he actually made it. He can't really move much, so he's just going to pull out his bow and take a shot at your cleric again. Ooh, 20 versus AC.
I cast shield.
Alright, so as the arrow comes in, you quickly chant, and it bounces off an invisible barrier. So spend your reaction.
And my spell slot. Yeah.
Alright, so the next guy is dead, destroyed by the shatter. The one after him... Wait. Is that guy. He's gonna come down the hall, entering the web, so he has to make a dex save. Chitter, 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 chitter. Oh, rolls a natural 1, and he is restrained. He's going to take a shot from being restrained anyway. He just has disadvantage. So he's shooting at Mia. 12 becomes a 10, so that would miss. Mia, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on Big Dude.
Big dude, alright. Alright, so you mark him with Hunter's Mark.
And then I'm going to do a short sword stab.
Oh yeah, 25 would definitely strike, so go ahead and give me some damage.
That is a 1d6.
Well, you can just mouse over short sword in the chat and click on it.
Oh, right.
And that should, there you go. With Colossus Slayer, that's going to be 8 plus 5, 13, plus the Hunter's Mark, you rolled a 6, so 19 damage. So you get a nasty hit on this thing, shattering several of its bones, and it now looks wounded.
And I'm going to yell, I'm going to use your head as a helmet.
Oof. Actually, he wouldn't make it. He just makes a bunch of chittering noises. Tal, what are you going to do?
Cast Green Flame Blade on the big dude.
Alright, so you ignite your, was it a mace that you have?
Mace, yeah.
13 would still be enough. He does not have very good AC.
Okay. And I assume I can have the flame jump to the wounded one behind him.
Yeah, let me check something real quick. That's what I thought. Alright, so you deal 14 bludgeoning, as your mace seems very effective against this thing. And then you deal 4 fire, and it is hanging on, but it's almost dead. And your flame jumps to which one?
The wounded one behind it.
Alright. He falls apart as his joints melt in the fire, and he is dead.
And then, as a bonus action, I will cast Healing Word on Scurry, giving him Voice of Authority.
Alright, so that gives you another attack, I believe, right, Scurry?
Yes.
Yes. I will stab the big guy with my rapier.
Alright, so you lunge forward again, going for this big guy.
Is it lagging? Or. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 21 will strike. Go ahead and spend your reaction.
Also, I should heal him, but I'm clicking and it doesn't.
Does that mean that I get sneak attack again, or no?
Yes.
I don't even know.
Yes.
Okay, nice.
And also, Tal, make sure you and Scurry... Well, actually, you got your reaction back, so you're fine. So you hit him very hard as he is distracted, taking out his spine, and he falls into a large pile of bones.
I do love myself some spine Jenga.
There you go. Spine Jenga. And Tal, you would heal... who are you healing?
Scurry.
Scurry? Oh yeah, right. Scurry, you gain 7. And Scurry, make sure you're marked as using your reaction.
I don't have any other reactions to spend, so...
Oh, but for like an
But I can
opportunity
do
attack,
it,
I mean.
yeah. Oh, yeah, fair.
It might come up at this point. So this one in the back is going to... Well, he's no way he's getting past, so he's going to pull out his bow. And fire at Tal. Thunk. 13, especially with the shield, would definitely miss you. That one is dead. So suddenly, a large minotaur comes from the south, knocking down a bunch of his guys and charges this way. He has to make a saving throw for the web. 16, I think he'd make it, right?
Yeah.
So he comes charging through, double moving, and he is going to use his horn attack on, I guess, Mia.
Skeleton Minotaur Rogue? He can double move as a bonus action?
Minotaurs can charge. If they charge, they can use their
that's right.
bonus action to headbutt you. So he comes basically like slamming through the webs, breaking them, and 23 versus AC I think is going to hit, right, Mia?
It will,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alright, so you are struck for 20 piercing, a nasty hit.
Okay.
And I need a strength save.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Alright, so you almost get just knocked off your feet, but you kind of stand your ground against this huge horn, hitting into your armor and stabbing you. He does not move you or knock you prone as you held firm. This guy back here is going to take another shot. 6 versus AC would miss. This guy here is going to take another shot as well. Jeez, these guys can't roll for crap. This guy who's wounded will take a shot. Nope, he missed 2. This Minotaur skeleton is dead, so I'll remove him from the initiative. Scurry, you're up.
The top one is the dead one, but yeah, there we go. Okay, I guess I'll just continue stabbing at the Minotaur.
This door rumbles.
The
a
new
bunch
one,
more.
anyway.
Okay.
We gotta finish up this hallway. There's more coming from the south. And then stab.
Alright, so, oof. No, you take an attack, but he is more armored than you thought, and your piercing attack does not penetrate. Anything else?
A bonus action with my dagger. There we go. That's
there
better.
it is. Crit. That was a good time to crit. So 16 and you don't get the +3. Or wait, do you have two-handed fighting?
I don't know.
Okay, so that's
I just
2.
don't think so.
And 3 is 5, plus 16 is 21. So you strike him for 21 points of damage. And he looks angrily towards you. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Ribbon.
I'll just do what I did last time and do shatter, but I'm going to do it at a different bit. So
Alright, so you charge up your AoE attack. Go ahead and drop it.
No. I'm going to roughly let's put there.
Right here?
And then I'll put just about there,
Alright.
and then do that. Yeah.
Alright, so that would hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them, I believe. So that is another con save.
Yeah.
Not as great of a roll this time. A smaller shatter. Oh, actually more of them failed this time, though. Alright, so several of the creatures explode apart as you shatter them. Because most of them are wounded. And the Minotaur just looks angry. Though you did wound him with that attack. That's it for you, right?
Now I'm gonna fly slightly out the way, just a bit like there.
Alright, so a skeleton goes, but he is dead. This guy back here is going to fire at... he'll fire at Scurry. You're under cover, but we'll see. 10, nope, that would miss you. Next one... Where is the next one? Oh, he's dead, that's why. Nalo. Or wait, no. Skeleton. Yeah, he's dead. Nalo, what are you doing?
I'm going to cast Eldritch Blast. Both beams on the on the
Minotaur?
big guy, Minotaur. Yeah.
Right, so you blast him twice for 8 points of damage as more bones crack under the pressure of the force blasts. Anything else?
Nope.
Alright, so that next guy is dead. This one here is restrained. He's going to struggle and take a shot at disadvantage at Tal. Nope, definitely misses. Mia, what are you going to do?
I am going to go for another stabby stab.
Alright, so
Oh, no!
No, unfortunately 10 is not enough and the Minotaur would whack your attack away with his hand. Parry.
Oh, no.
Anything else?
Can I cast Cure Wounds on myself or no?
So now, do you only have one attack right now?
Again, bonus action attack as well.
Oh, if you haven't.
so
Well,
can I
if you have an offhand weapon, which does she?
Yeah, she has two short swords that you use.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh, okay.
can't she move her hunter's mark back on?
Yes, as a bonus action, she can. Although then
Yeah. Oh, because
couldn't-
the other one died. Yeah. Can I move my Hunter's Mark to the new Minotaur?
if you do that, you can't do your attack this turn because that would be your bonus action.
That's fine. I'll just move Hunter's Mark over to the new Minotaur and hold.
All right, get ready for next round.
Yep.
Tal, what are you gonna do?
I'm first gonna hit this thing with booming mace and crit.
And
Okay.
crit. Well, that's gonna be 24 bludgeoning, which would just smash right through it, crumpling it.
Okay. Then I think I'm gonna get into position in front of this other door. How close do I think can I get so that door doesn't get me when it breaks open?
You'd probably want to stand one back, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there, you got it. Skeleton down the hallway goes. He's gonna fire another short bow at Mia, because he can't see you anymore. 13, I believe, would just miss you. The Minotaur skeleton is dead, so I'll remove him. And this guy from down the back of the hall. So new round. I know we're kind of over time here, but as this round starts, the door is going to smash open, opening inward, as more skeletons come into view. And this might be where we have to hold off.
Ah.
But I'll roll initiative for all the new skeletons and reorder, and we'll have to finish next week as more of these creatures are attempting to come in and murder you. Luckily, the hallways are kept
Ruh-roh.
at bay. So give me some MVP votes. Alright, I got 1 vote. 2 votes. 3 votes. Just in case you need the command for that, it is that without the parentheses. Alright, 4 votes. I think, yeah, exactly. I think I just need Mia now. Oh no, I got Mia, never mind. Who am I looking for? Nalo, am I missing you?
No, I already voted. I voted.
Alright, I'm blind, sorry. With 3 votes, Mia, you are MVP. Congrats.
Nice.
Oh my god, you guys. You're so
I want to
nice.
thank the Academy, my parents, God.
Fuck my parents. It's all me.
Screw those guys. But yeah, good job, everyone. Next week we will continue our trek into this strange dungeon to try to clear a path to Black Waters.
Awesome.
Epic.
Hopefully everyone
So
had fun,
epic.
and yeah, I'll see you next time. I'm going to be around
Okay.
doing some notes, so if anyone wants to talk about anything, I'll be here for a bit. But otherwise, you are welcome to take off.
Opens hallway casually filled to the brim with skeletons.
This is bullshit.
And a couple
Well,
Minotaurs.
none of those. I rolled so many. I don't think I rolled above a 5 for most of those attacks. So I don't know.
Yeah, they were
I
weak.
know, otherwise it would have been dead.
I'm dying as is. Like, well,
Oh, another crit.
ow.
And another one. Oh, what's that? All
Yeah,
20 of the
like-
skeletons crit? Unfortunate.
Man, too bad we didn't have Zach here to take all the hits for us.
Well, I think you guys crit way more than they did. I don't think even one of them crit.
Yeah.
Telling
Anyway.
me that 20 damage Minotaur swing was not crit. Oh,
No, that was a regular hit. No, those things hit like a truck.
That was a regular hit.
Nice.
Golly gee.
Yeah, you don't want those to crit you.
Oh, Bo, don't forget to send Raven the dates that we will be missing in a few months.
That's in a few months. We're not even sure if we'll miss him.
What, you think in Holland we're going to be able to play D&D?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, if you have internet. I was running.
mean-
I was running.
Mike,
Yeah.
next room. Michael, no.
I'm probably gonna miss 2 weeks from now. 'cause I'm in
Yeah.
Austria.
Just mark it in attendance, and
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on that. No worries. I'll keep trying to find a sixth player. Hopefully, I can find someone soon.
Did we? I know that I talked to Darth Fate today, and I know that he said it'll probably be next month before he'll be able to join. But are we
Yeah.
still?
Unfortunately, I'm
Or
probably
no?
not gonna hold the spot that long.
Yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
that when he told me that, I was like, oh my god, that's
Unless he wants to like pay for the slot and then he can join in next month if he wants me to not bring anyone else in, but I don't think he wants to do that. So
yeah, probably not. I can talk to him though, ask him.
there's a chance. I mean, the afternoon slots are not as popular, so there's a chance no one will join. But yeah, I'm definitely. I need to still advertise it for sure.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Big Pog.
I had so much fun with it.
Advertise that our party's just about to die so they can join in for one session.
Yeah, they pop in. There's just skeletons everywhere.
Save us!
This is bullshit. I'm not
Invite
sure.
them to come be on the skeleton team, just like, oh, what's that?
The
Undead champion
necromancer.
approaches. Yeah.
Yeah, they're the ones controlling the skeletons. No, yeah, it would be tough to get them in here. I could figure something out though, but yeah, we'll see.
Easy as long as they play a skeleton.
Yeah, they'll be one of the skeletons. He has a change of heart. He's like, I don't want to fight these guys.
Oh, by the way, I did fix when I went back in and did the level up, and it worked this time, so we don't need to look
good.
at that anymore.
Yeah, I completely.
I don't know what happened last time, but it worked fine this time.
I completely forgot about that. Oh, I was gonna say, who was it? Nalo, your HP seems a little low. Let me double
Could it be
check.
because I took a feat, or
That doesn't
Well, that
usually
shouldn't
affect
matter.
your HP. Let me double check. Unless you're a wizard, which you're not. Bard is D8, isn't
No.
it? Yeah.
yeah.
Well,
Is it
well, actually,
naturally low?
let me see.
I have
You
28.
do have a low con, so let me try to figure that in my head. So we just started with 8. No, I guess that's about right. No, you're fine. I guess you were just a little bit low compared to some of the other people.
What's your con?
This is
10.
Oh, okay. So you should have 5 times
Yeah.
plus.
You should. What is your HP? You should have like 38, like me.
Oh, you should have 28 plus 10 from the thing is 38.
Yeah, like I said, 38.
Wait,
From the thing.
from what?
Wait, what thing?
8. I just casted it.
Oh,
I didn't add that in.
that's what it was. So yeah,
Okay,
so you and Scurry do have the same amount. It's just he has 8 going right now.
I
Did
see.
you-
I see. Oh, did you cast 8 on me?
Yeah.
Did you
Oh,
put
okay. Let
8
me
in
add that
in the long-term effects thing? So remember it's on there.
in.
Uh,
I'm probably gonna use it more often if that's what you're asking.
so
And
under
8.
important campaign information, there's prolong effects and timers. Just make sure you put 8 in there when you cast it and when it should end, because you have the
Okay.
calendar.
Okay.
Whenever you have an effect that lasts more than like a battle, just make sure it's in there. So I mean, unless it's gonna be like, I guess an hour wouldn't be as much, but definitely something for like 8 hours if it goes from game to game, or else, yeah, just so I know
8
what's going on.
hours.
Wait, should I just put it in?
Under the journal, important campaign information, prolonged effects, and timers. Just put the spell, the start time when you cast it, and actually, that's a good point. Let me update
What
the
would the
calendar.
start
Okay.
time be?
So let me update the calendar. It's currently 12:30 p.m. And you can click on that calendar button usually to get the time, but now the time should be updated. So you cast it around 12:30 p.m.
Okay.
And you would put that it would last till 8:30 p.m. because that'd be 8 hours. All right. Anything else? Who did we have doing journal?
It was me,
It was
yes.
you. Okay.
And I have it mostly written. I could just post it like right now, actually.
Yeah, and remember you do get an inspiration point when you post it. But if that's it, I'm going to take off. I'm going to go get some lunch and get ready for my next game. So I'll see you all soon. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. And yeah, we can talk more.
Okay. Let me post it really quick.
It'd help if I stop the stream. Stop the stream.